Welcome to another wonderful week of Dungeons and Dungeons. Last time you guys went to Strong Claw and you helped hide a temple that was being desecrated by the Madness Lizard folk. Eve wanted to make sure Mugdis was okay and her spiritual journey was taking her there. You aided her. You saw the fallout of Strong Claw from the Madness attack, and you experienced some of the leftover Madness Lizard folk that were still patrolling the area attack you, and they saw that you had the Orb of Elemental Harmony and the Sun Gem. No, Sun... What the fuck is it? Stone?
Sun Gem.
Wait.
What
is...
Sun Jones Gem.
Sun.
Whatever Infinity Gems. So yeah, no, it's stones. They're stones.
It was a Sunstone.
I did not.
Sunstone,
I wanted
yeah,
not
Sunstone.
whatever Marvel did. So stones, the Sunstone. Okay, so they saw you had that. They were like, "We want that," and you guys were like, "How about no, boss?" And you guys ran away. During that, Bologna went through the trial of the strong, or the pathways of nature. She passed the test with flying colors, getting all the rewards. For every trial she lost, she would have lost an ability.
Yeah.
Instead, she's OP as shit right now. We'll see how that goes for me. And she got to meet the first champion Mugdis, who was the first to pass the trials, who is now cast in stone and forever petrified to guide those through the trials. Goes by the name of Ragnorum Gekken, a individual that you guys have seen before, the Chosen have, that the Waterdeep crew has seen at length, and is definitely not happy that it's out and about in the world, Gekkening it up. That's not fun. So that's out there, and that was more information. You guys teleported back at the last moment, and you now find yourself inside Nature's Hold during peacetime for a lot of exciting things to come tonight. That is where we pick up. So, you are all on the teleport pad. Eve and Kane are with you. Belfina, Ulazal are still with the group right now. Everyone else is all with the group inside Nature's Hold. The other soldiers are waiting for you to go to Jingzhuo to try and free that city. If you still want to, you can always put it off. And it is about 7 p.m. at night. You guys opened your morning solving the Vecna Tomb dungeon, and then your afternoon was solved going through the pathways of nature in Strongclaw. So man, you've had a productive day, and I'm pretty sure none of you have like any HP spell slots or anything going on now.
We are beat to shit.
But you accomplished a lot.
I have all my spell slots still.
Same.
So what would you guys like to do?
Okay, guys, can we sleep? Can we please sleep?
It was a busy day.
Oh God, I'm looking.
What you guys get up to?
Eve is going to do a mass heal to everybody, and you notice on Belfina she has like her markings of nature that are like fine, detailed tribal tattoos that also cover her fucking shit. Yeah, Bologna covering her face and everything. Not even here, it's still plaguing me. They're actually like still like pulsating in different colors, and they're changing from like, it's almost like that rainbow effect as it's going through, and you see like it's almost like adjusting to her body as it's going through greens, browns, reds, purples. It's going through. I just sit down and just like am taking a couple breaths like cross-legged, and I see that and I'm just like, hey, we match.
I'll make them purple just to
and you see they settle on a purple right now.
Ah, that's neat.
You said we matched.
So yeah, you missed a bit.
I have some fun information.
Well, who wants to go first?
Maybe we should get some rest before we chat.
Mass cure wounds to everybody at 7th level.
Damn.
25 points of healing to everybody from Eve.
Hey.
I'll do the same thing.
Oh, thank you.
At 5th level, because I'm not as cool.
She has a spell slot.
It's only going to be 13 healing, because I'm trash. But
it is appreciated.
Absolutely.
The healing of Mugdis washes all over you guys. Like, it's basically getting showered with water, but it's like cool, warm water. But like from the outsider, it almost looks like. Actually, I would say the way Eve does it to catch all of you in it, she takes the water out of one of her water sack skins, and as it comes out, turns it into a steam and a mist, and the mist heals you guys. Oh. And then, of course, whatever Bologna's flavor is, she does the same to all of you.
I'll just copy Eve.
Dips her hands into the water and just goes
oh wait, this is fine.
at each person. Just bam. I got my eye.
It was all unflinching. This is how it's done. You see Eve look to you guys. I believe you want this back. And she has the Orb of Eternal Harmony fire in her hand. Or would you want me to hold on to it?
Maybe after this recent excursion, maybe we should keep it in like a central protected place and not take it with us on our adventures where it could potentially be in harm's way.
That's good.
Yeah, as we just saw, our bag of holding, not as secure as we thought it is.
Yep.
A very wise point. I will discuss with Brian about this. I believe there is a vault of sorts inside Nature's Hold, and we may be able to keep it there.
That would be probably the best option.
Sounds exactly what we're looking for.
Okay. He keeps the orb at this point. Raleigh still has a sun gem. You guys have the majority of your bag of holding stuff back there. You just lost some diamond dust. Yeah. So you guys can go to your quarters if you want. Some of the soldiers that are inside the rooms, the Drow guards, northern soldiers that keep a watch on this area, just in case anybody shows up again after being surprised by the Cobalt Alliance at one time. Not anymore. Even though the circles are cut, they still keep an eye out just in case crazy magic nonsense happens. So they're there, and they come over to your group, and the general back and forth of everybody just making sure you're okay, and if you need anything, they say let us know, as they obviously recognize you guys and fought beside you in many of the battles that ended the All War.
The All War.
Everybody was at war?
I think I'm gonna go find our comrades and maybe let's have a night to relax for a moment.
Sounds nice.
I'm gonna snack.
All
right then, come along, Mosnell. I'm looking for some drinks.
Yes.
As you guys find yourself in one of the halls, are you all going together to go get food?
I was actually gonna try and look for like Captain Arwen,
Yep.
Kangan, Bashir, kind of gather the group together just to like.
Captain Arwen, is that a rum? Captain Arwen?
Arwen.
No, that's a companion.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I was just gonna look around the city and try to locate them and just do like a dinner together.
Sure.
If possible.
Easy enough. They are quite literally out and about, waiting for you guys to return, so they're not difficult to find. Captain Arwen sees you, and as he walks over, he sees you all. You know, you got healed pretty well, but definitely rough for wear. And he's just like, "Oh my goodness! Is everyone? You all? I mean, you can hold your own. That's no doubt. But do you need anything?"
No, we just had a very eventful day, and all we need right now is food and drink.
Well, I can show you the hall, and then all of a sudden, this dwarf inside all this like white metal armor comes through, and he's like, "Food! I'll show you food!" And you recognize this is one of the Knights of Tyr, and he's just like, "Oh, good news! They'll be joining us on freeing Jingzhuo. It seems like the Knights of Tyr are interested in bringing balance to the world." As he picks up Arwen, he's like, "Oh!" a little bit. He's like, "Oh, we talked about this. We talked about this. You're excitable." And the who's the other one with the Knights of Tyr? The dwarven, the female dwarf. You see her pick him up off him and put him down as the other one is just like raring to go right now. He's like, come on, there's food for the heroes. And he runs forward.
Let's go.
So he basically bursts through the door into one of the rooms. He's like, we need food for the champions. And it's just, you're just gonna hear like the clicking of bowls and people just minding their own business, completely ignoring them. And one of the like chefs back in like the where they're giving out like tons of soups and pots and all in that back area in a whole big hall. You see him looking like, oh yeah, sure, come on up.
Not a big deal.
Yeah. So you guys go up there. It's a little bit buffet style. You get a gumbo type of food. It's basically a big pot full of all sorts of meats and all that. There are some fruits available, vegetables for any of the vegetarians, and they have a select meats. It seems still very scarce here resource-wise, but just what chickens they have available. There's different like dark and light meats for chicken that they hand out inside the mess hall here. You're all able enough to take the food, have your dinner in relative peace with the Knights of Tyr and the Northern Soldier Eclectic, the group of fighters that all wanted to hang out with you guys and check out your future adventures. You're welcome to talk to any of them, eat in silence. They all seem to be exchanging, getting along, and there is water and ale available, but it's definitely low quality type of alcohol.
Well, so tell us more about you guys. We got a little bit of an introduction last time, but tell us more.
Oh,
since we're going to be traveling.
I mean, what's there to know? And then the dwarf comes barreling onto the table and knocks some of the things away, just like, what's to know? We have been put on an enlightened path by this beautiful man. And you just see Ulo's all just half eaten. Uh-huh.
Like, okay.
Alright. Let's see. This is funny. He's not going to know his names again, and he's not here. I am the leader of the Knights of Tyr. My name is Osric Orkfo. This is my sister, Delg Orkfo. And this is... Oh, I'm sorry. Delg is my brother here. Sorry, it's tough to tell they don't shave. As he looks over, all of them have beards. And you see him, oh, that's Delg here. My sister over here is Torgra Orkfo. We are the Orkfo siblings. And we were once just the rightful defenders up in Yin Yang, modest workers of basic metalwork, smithery, and all that. But when we were saved by the great prophet Uzo Uto over here, Tyr guided us. And he's like, hey, take that stuff and bring balance to the world! And he takes out a hammer, and as he goes to slam the table with it, his sister just takes the hammer out of his hands, and his hand just smacks the table. And just like, we're on a righteous path now. And you see he's all excited, and the other two Knights of Tyr, one goes, I'm Morgan Atrove, and this is Darcy Atrove, and we were prisoners of the Cobalt Wolves, and we were prisoners because we were serving the Cobalt Alliance, and Tyr showed us the light. That's really it. You see the rest of them looking at him like, right on. And I'd say Morgan, he's like, I mean, if you want to know like my darkest secrets and my parents were and all that, I could also go into all that boring detail, but I don't know if that's what you were asking. And you see Osric being like, no one cares what you did before Tyr. Yeah, so do you guys want to keep going with them?
Captain Arwen.
Yes, I can't say I found God anytime soon, but I did find you guys, which I think is arguably better. No offense, of course. And you see them be like, I'm taken.
So where do you hail from?
Oh, I hail from Nature's Hold, actually. I am part of one of Brian's clans. I come from clan or house Chaluza, but I'm more of one of the, cousins of a cousin of a cousin that came. My heritage comes from those great Chaluzas that decided to band together with Brian and leave behind our evil background, and that's awesome. You hear that with your family and they have all that great legacy. I feel like it's time I do something. I fought in this war, and wars are pretty shit. There's legends to be made, but people die, and nothing good really comes out of war. So here we are, and I want to see if we can do some good. You look like a group of people that'll do some good. So that's why I found you. I'm sure my brothers and sisters are out there puddling around, but I rose to the ranks pretty quickly. I've just grown bored with the world. I'm good at things. I'm proficient, and it wasn't too difficult to become a captain, but it's just like, there's more to do, people to help out there. Figured you guys best shot at it.
We do tend to run into a lot of people who need help.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, years doing nothing here. Training and, the day-to-day affairs as best you can, but there's more out there. There's more outside these beautiful walls and, the long everwood forest and listening to the nature of spirits and wolves or whatever they do.
You can also learn and do a lot seeing the world.
I don't doubt it.
We have, for sure.
Exactly. When you split the waters at Yin Yang, I'm pretty sure everyone took notice from that point forward.
Soup.
And again, Arwen he's got really nice green and silver armor. The stuff is, he's got the Tree of Life symbol on him, and that's Brian's emblem as well. He's drow. His ears are very pointed. He's got a very slender face. He's not ripped by any means, but he's not like, he doesn't give you the idea of like, I'm super dexterous. It's just like he's a well-rounded looking individual, clearly captain material, and he just has this confidence about him. Like, I know what I am, and I know I can be a part of something. So that's what I'm gonna do. There are other people with him as well. If you want to discuss, talk to them.
You two as well. What about, are you all from Nature's Hold or no? Theron and Varys.
Yep, those are the two other drow. Theron. No, I don't have my map up. Come here, map. Let me. Boop. I gotta get exactly where he's from. Boop, 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 boop. Theron, okay. All right, so Theron looks up to you. He's way thinner than Arwen. He has not as nice armor, but he still has some pretty solid plate armor on. Not as much detail on it, and he has nothing indicating rank on his. He's like, I came from Changdang, near the southern border between Freya and Jingzhuo. I grew up as one of the better fighters. They put a sword in my hand when I was young, and I got a family still waiting for me at home. Hopefully they're still safe. But when the call came to defend our lands, I answered that call and fought under Arwen for quite a time. A lot of battles, some we lost. Prior to fighting with you, I believe we fought in the defenses of my homeland and at Nature's Trust in Gaigon. Some were more successful than others. Various introduces himself. He seems to have a whole bunch of tattoos, as he's not wearing his armor right now. He's in just normal clothing. The other two still had their armors on. He actually joined you guys eating here initially when your group was together. He wasn't with the group, and now he's joining them as he was enjoying some of his leisure time here. Never mind. I'm sorry. Varys is really? That's really. Did I tell you what race Varys was?
I believe you mentioned specifically Drow was.
Yeah, he is. I have it listed in here. But he's one of Hitoshi's men. I forgot. So, this man fought with you guys with Hitoshi during the final push. So this is Various Ophandrus. And he has all sorts of tattoos. That's why he's not in his armor. He actually has the normal tunic on, and his mask is off right now as he's eating. It's on the table. As he looks over to you guys with his purple and black robes, he goes, I come from across the sea, from Jalasia, or whatever it's called now. My home was once a really proud place, as we... Is it this one? Yeah, Manco. As we were the clan that organized all the travel between the land inside Jalasia, we did an incredible job at just making the world run right and bring order and helping people where they needed to be helped. Seeing your incredible skill and winning the respect of Hitoshi and even Haru, I thought it was the right thing to do to join up and see what else you guys need. You're inspiring, and many of us are being encouraged to go explore our new homeland, as much of our home has fallen to this chaos, and the coup took so many lives and destroyed so many noble families, and now we have this strange disease falling through our lands. It's difficult, but maybe someday we can return home after we've grown stronger here. It's a bit of desperation from my perspective of why we came here, but regardless, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to be with such capable individuals as this group. The other two.
What about you, King Guan?
Yep. Is the Goliath at the table, who is like holding the spoon with like two fingers right now and slowly sipping the soup, and you can see all the meat has been pushed out of it, and he has like a whole bunch of leaves and salad next to it. I come from a more civilized way of life. My clan was much more into, how you say, brute force. I am the herd, cull the fields and show your strength and all that. But there was more to the world. And I found my spiritual journey led me to nature's hold. And the monastery here took me in. And I was able to explore many of the beautiful parts of this world through the power of ki that's all around us, that inspires us. And I found great interest in that. Otherwise, quite a boring, typical life you would expect of a Goliath.
Okay.
And the last one is Bashir, which is a gray hand. who looks Middle Eastern and has long black hair, and he's got it all like in a bun right now as he's eating. He just like, I don't remember his voice though. If Salem thought you guys were...
Because he doesn't have one.
Yeah, it's fine. He just has whatever voice. Generic read voice. You guys can't tell the difference between. It's fine. I'm not a voice actor. If Salem could trust you guys, and you could earn the respect of the Black Staff, I think I'm here to help. I really like what you guys are all about. It's not really much more to that. Joined in Waterdeep's Grey Hand. Been with them for about 15 years. Been a good organization. Seen a lot of good people come through. Never seen anybody quite like you. I tend to have an eye for the special. I've only seen a handful of people as interesting as this group. Another group like you definitely came through, but a little more erratic. You guys seem like you got something going that I might be of help to you. So, when this little group here was puttering around at Tendorf, I had free orders to either go back or do something worthwhile. And I think this is worthwhile, seeing what the Chosen are up to.
All right.
Well, I'm eating soup.
Might be interesting. You never know. 5 minutes from now, demons coming out of the soup. We're all fighting, and then we have the next big hook. I don't know.
I'm gonna look for demons in my soup.
See him nod his head. This is what I expected, though. This is what I
I
expected.
cast a message in Mosnell's head.
Yep.
Mosnell, drink all of it. Drink it down now.
Make a deception check.
Do I roll anything or no?
Well,
Intelligence
19.
check. Give me a
Intelligence. Okay. Okay. 11.
No. This voice came out of nowhere. You demons are talking to you.
What is it, Mosnell?
No.
As Mosnell's looking at Ralia right there, I'm gonna steal his spoon.
Give me a sleight of hand check and give me a perspective. Actually, what's your passive perception?
Mine?
Yeah.
My passive perception is 13. It's not very high.
27.
Yeah, your spoon's gone now. Things are
Oh boy.
disappearing.
Nothing.
You see Bashir looking at you right now. Uh-oh, did I just unlock the next part of our journey here? You look a bit worried there, Mosnell.
What?
Mosnell, are you okay?
I'm not worried, and I'm gonna start drinking the soup out of the bowl.
I'm gonna smack him in the back of the head a little bit.
As he is lifting the bowl up to his face, I'm gonna put the spoon pointed towards him right below it.
Fair enough. As you do that, Mosnell, you bring the bowl. Do you slam it back down?
Oh yeah.
So you're putting the spoon standing straight up, is what you're saying, or?
No, like it's where he's gonna put the bowl, but pointing towards him. So like when he slams it down, it doesn't rest like it's on the table anymore.
As you put it down, you feel this clink of metal under your bowl.
Oh. Thought I lost it.
Mosnell, you gotta be more careful.
I guess. That's what you guys are here for, right?
I also suggest you try not to make pacts with demons.
Whoa. That's your thing, actually.
Not really. Don't worry. I'll wink at him, and then in his head, I'm gonna message. I heard it too.
That's awesome.
That's genius.
What about you, the Great Chosen? Where's your humble beginnings? Arwen looks to all of you. Where do you come from?
Well, I actually, similar to Varius, I'm actually I hail from Jalasia myself.
Oh, world gets smaller and smaller every day.
Yeah, I'm a little further south, a very small town east of Clovis. Southeast of Clovis, really.
Varys looks over to you. He's much thicker than the other drow. So of the 3 drow that are part of this party, Varys is basically ripped as shit. He's yoked, but he's not as yoked as Haru and some of the other guys. He's like clearly in that like process of getting to like, as you go up the chain of the people in the Lin Ryu, is it? I don't have it in front of me right now. They just get wider and wider in their muscles. They become these walls. He looks over, he's like, whereabouts? I patrolled many of the roads. I'm very familiar with Jalasia. I might know your hometown.
It was a small town called Valas.
Valas.
Nearby, what's the name?
Starts snapping his fingers.
The Mohi in the lake.
Yes. Very rarely do we go down there. Very small population. Yeah, we went by a few times here and there. Never much going on. The people not as very friendly. They always seemed scared or intimidated by us.
They had a rough history,
Oh,
to say the least.
Sorry to hear that.
But I ended up migrating away. Spent some time just kind of traveling eastwards. Ended up running into this group. Well, part of this group in Neverwinter. And kind of the rest is history.
Sure seems that way. Well, it's good to know that we have people and perspectives from all around the world, not just some of the closed-mindedness you can find in the North. Very stubborn people, very much believe in the way things are have to be the way they stay, which can be difficult for change and progress. Is there anything else you'd like to ask the guys, or were you good with your dinner?
Well, my companions are real quiet, it seems.
They sure seem that way. Long day!
Maybe we're just tired from the day. We
It's cool.
got up to quite a bit.
Sure sounds it. We're not going anywhere, so you'll have plenty of time to get to know us, bond, cry over our death someday.
It's about
You see some of the other ones looking over to Arwen right now and just gives him a wink.
just for speaking to Reed.
Yeah.
It's like 2 or 3 days till Brian ends up coming back.
It's actually 2 or 3 days till she leaves to get down there. Because remember, you guys went the next day after you beat Tendorf. You guys then... So they have to be there for Tendorf to the victory. Because Brian is there with you guys at the meeting that morning. The next day, you guys go to the Vecna tomb. So you're on that day. We technically need, like, I believe it's 2 weeks. 2 or 3 weeks.
Before they even get to the south.
I think it's for them to get back. It's 1 week to get down to the south for the meeting, and then another week just to get back to settle everything that's been going on down there. So basically, what I'm also going to do with here, timeline-wise, is it's not going to be retconning, but I'm not going to keep it straight. Like, we can do things out of order at this point now between the two groups because we're in peacetime. So if we're going to do stuff, it's just going to be too big a pain in the ass to be like, I want to see Brian. It's like, well, we got to wait 12 sessions for Brian to come back. We'll get there. We'll just jump to it, and and we just won't let inconsistencies happen. We'll just let it be like, well, then this happened before that. Time be damned for whatever it is happening.
But the other group that was coming out here, they were only a couple days away.
They are probably coming, so they're probably, I'd say, 8 or 9 days from trying to go check out where Eve is. Because we need from this day, it's 3 days till Brian goes, because remember, you guys went 2 weeks. You went 1 week out to the next
No, sorry, I misspoke. Not like the group of the Northerners that had intercepted over at, what's it called?
Yeah, which ones?
Xingping.
Which
or maybe it was Peterborough. No, the Stepping Stone. There was a group. Basically, the Sworn that I'm trying to get to know.
Oh,
I'm just wondering how long that's gonna be.
Well, because she went back down, the Sworn went with her to the thing, so that's unfortunate. So that wasn't planned initially, but because of the way the thing fell out with the other crew, so she's probably like 2 weeks away at least from coming back.
Bummer.
This is the longest going gag, and I have no idea. I have no idea still what's in store. The memory you rewrote or whatever.
Yep.
Your DM is terrified. But yeah, the Sworn will be back probably in about 2 weeks or so.
Oh boy.
Okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go get some rest.
Noted. We will do the same as it's getting late, and we've done as much as we can on this day to try and help out around here. We'll pack up, leave. You guys, you cool with an early morning leave to try and get to Jingzhuo, or are you the type to sleep in? As Arwen's gauging you.
I mean, it's pretty early. I feel we could get underway fairly early.
I think we basically leave whenever Mosnell gets up. So
that's a fair point. So when he wakes up,
don't poke the sleeping bear, though.
Literally everyone, the Knights of Tyr and the northern group here, all look at Maz now as he just. Yep. Noted. On Mosnell's. Oh wait. I'm not. Yeah. All right. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys can go take your long rest.
Sweet.
One thing.
Yep.
Feels good, man.
I was gonna grab Mosnell.
Sure, go for it.
Ooh.
So Mosnell. I had a thought, and I was gonna gauge your reaction to it. Because you have this cloak that makes you very, very dexterous and mobile.
Yeah, I can run on walls. It's awesome.
I have this amulet that makes it so that you are harder to beat down.
Ooh.
I was wondering if you'd be interested in swapping. I think letting me having the high ground would be helpful for me, and giving you the ability to be harder to bring down might be a more scary proposition.
I do like being harder to kill. And you could be very useful on the wall.
Yeah.
That could be some good. Like, I use it sometimes, and it's pretty fun when I use it, but you might have better use for it. Let's trade.
All right. So you can add an amulet of health
Okay.
to your inventory.
And you can add the cloak of arachnophobia.
DM's worst nightmare confirmed.
Yeah.
Is it arachnophobia or arachnida?
Arachnida, yeah, sorry.
Cool.
I guess I never really looked at it that closely.
I do that in most books, and then Justin's just like, "What did you say the bad guy's name was?" I'm like, "What'd you say it was?"
what did you say?
Extremely accurate.
His name is Nelson Mandela. Reed. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
That reminds me of a funny story I got from econ. An econ professor in high school. He said he was doing a presentation on W.E.B. Du Bois,
Yes.
but pronounced it Web Du Bois.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what?
No, it's Du Bois.
So all I'm gonna do is attune to that
Yep.
before I go to sleep, and then get my night's rest. And
I
I'll
will
be right
attune
back.
as well. Guys, my HP is 196 now.
Ooh.
Oh my lord.
Oof.
More than twice below that.
Oof. I'm a little nervous now.
It was already like 180 or 183 or so.
Mm,
So it went up like just over 10.
that's definitely
Shouldn't have told him. Ragnar just got stronger.
no.
Ragnar just got stronger.
No, just everybody has their own little like upgrade things they can be doing on the off time, and your health was a lot lower. Yeah, it's we'll see how this goes. All right, so the next day.
Well, you also gave me the thing where I got the surviving Escott, where I got plus 10 to HP.
Yeah, you should. It's good shit. Every achievements for beating big bosses. You guys get achievements if you can get it right, if you achieve the achievement.
Yep.
You wake up the next day. It's getting chillier because remember the north was the north coming off the winter. You guys can correct me on that. I swear the north was going into a winter, so they wanted to end the war before winter took hold. Right? The Cobalt Wolves made the move. They were trying to avoid another long, drawn-out winter. I believe. So it's turning to wintertime in the north.
Yeah, I thought we were getting. I thought it was like fall when we saved Brian when the war when we first started the
That's
war.
what I
I was
thought.
like, we were like getting towards the end of fall. Like, it was like almost harvest season or something.
Yeah, and it's been 2 months since you first came there with Brian. So now the snow. It's starting to get colder. It's about 40 degrees every day when you wake up now, and a little bit of frosting on the early morning.
Wait, how many degrees?
40, but you still have a little bit of the frosting.
40?
Yeah.
Huh?
What do you mean 40? That's too warm?
No, I'm just like, I don't think it snows if it's 40.
It doesn't. No.
Oh, okay.
That's why the frost is like melted off in the morning. You're catching the hints of it. Like,
I see.
it was here when I was sleeping. It was probably like 20 out, but
Got
the
it.
sun's up. It's early in the morning. You guys begin your journey to Jingzhuo, unless you want to do anything else.
Good.
All right.
Good.
Wait,
Yeah.
are we going to our house? Is that what's happening?
We're going to claim it.
Yeah.
Claim it.
Your title is awaiting you. We gotta free it from the occupiers. There's a few leftover Cobalt soldiers that probably don't know the war's over, pretending to rule the small city town. We're gonna kick their ass out of there, and then it's yours from what you told us last. You
Well,
will be the
we
new
should go
lords and
enlighten them.
ladies of Jingzhuo.
As long as I get to be a lord.
No, you're gonna be a lady.
I don't want to be a lady.
The group gets a cart so all the other people can file in because you have with you right now. Right now, you guys have earned 10 followers. So you have 10 followers accompanying your 6-person group. So you get some horses from here, the horses that they use in the war. You guys are welcome to have horses as well, but then they got to be fed. So that's something to take in consideration. They have the rations they're gathering together, and everything's all been ready to go. Like they've just been waiting for you to give them thumbs up. and everybody starts to take their leave early in the morning, going east toward Jingzhuo.
All right.
As you guys travel, you can see the leaves have very much fallen off many of the trees out in the world. The beautiful autumn colors litter the ground, and it's more browns at this point. Get the location. Here we are. As you guys find yourself going through the brine meadows, or actually before you even get that far, as you're leaving the city, you see there's construction being done in front. It looks like a bunch of druids and sculptors are working together on some statue of sorts that's going up top. And there is also, in another direction, all these swords, and they're all like stone shaped into swords. And it's all the graves, and it's just like Arlington Cemetery. It's just going and going for the people that died in the war. If you guys want to take a peek at the statue, you guys are more than welcome to look at it as it's being developed.
Definitely.
Yeah, I want to take a peek.
As the group goes towards it, you can see like the feet are going up right now, but a lot of it's still not there. It's still being carved out all the way at the top, so you're only seeing like 3 different shoe styles right now on this massive, I mean, I would say it is like the Lincoln Memorial type of height we're talking right now.
Nice.
Type of statue, and you can see an individual looking at it right now and being like, yeah, nope, yeah, and sort of art directing it, a drow. You're free to approach him and ask about it if you want.
I wasn't gonna ask, but if anyone else wanted to.
Hello, kind sir.
Hello. Oh, it's you all. It's the Chosen. Oh, well, hello.
Our tattoos are burgundy red today, by the way.
Nice. It's wonderful to meet your acquaintance. It is wonderful to see you all chosen and your companions and the great Kingslayer. You have graced me with your presence. It's good to see you. What can I do you for today?
I was just curious about this monument you seem to be constructing here.
Oh, yes. This is one of 3 that are being made throughout each of the kingdoms. This is the Aetulian Fellowship, a token of our alliance together. Each of these is representing an individual from the Fellowship. One is a northerner, one is a southerner from Waterdeep, and another one is from the Lin Ryu. Together, these 3 nations, these 3 great bodies of people came together, united, to take down an evil force that threatened our world. And this is going to be a symbol of our unity.
Which one is this one?
Well, it's all 3 are actually on it. So what you'll see here, this one is modeled after no one. Well, obviously Brian is the one in the middle, and to the right would be the Black Staff, and to the left would be Harulin Ryu. But it's not exactly their features. Each of them are more generic, so you can see yourself inside them. The people can see themselves inside these statues. And all 3 of their hands rest on top of a sword that you can see here. As he points out in front of the feet, there's a sword that's being etched up. So, and he shows you a drawing of it. And what the drawing is these 3 different representatives of the world, all their hands on the top of the hilt of a blade, and they all are like making their agreement together. And it's set in stone.
Thanks for giving me the rundown.
Absolutely. If you're ever in the need of statues, and he takes a parchment out, hit us up. We specialize in statues. We are the handymen.
What does the parchment say on it?
Handymen, statues, artifacts, small sculptures. We do it all.
Does it have like an address?
Contact? Yeah, is it like a contact for them, or is it just?
They're stationed just outside Nature's Hold. in Nature's Trust. And the contact person is Ranil Hallison.
Are you Renil?
I am, in fact, Ranil. That is why I am doing the supervising.
Pleased to meet you.
Pleased to meet you as well. This is a wonderful acquaintance, and any, likeness you need for chosen statues or something in particular, someone you fancy, let me know. Be happy to do the first one free of charge. Within reason, depending how big it is.
Hand it over to, I don't know.
Uzal. Any of your companions?
No, I'm gonna give it to Mazna. He seems like he'd be the most interested in a sculpture. I don't know.
What I say the name of the group was again?
Handyman.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
It was just the handyman.
We are the handyman.
Okay.
Oh, I guess I'll hold on to this.
I'll find a pocket and put it in there.
Sure.
I have no interest.
You resume your journey, and as you're going through the countryside, you hit the brine meadows, and you can see one half of the meadows has been burnt and scorched to shit, and the other one has been pretty well protected and is absolutely gorgeous. Where, you can see far on the horizon where the tree line meets the meadow, and this is like this beautiful, peaceful place. As soon as you enter in on the road that goes through the brine meadows, you can feel this ease come over you, this connection to nature, and you almost can see like these. You can get glances of it depending on your passive perceptions of the animals that inhabit the meadows, and there's that stark contrast of almost that emptiness where all the blackened version of the meadows has been destroyed from the Cobalt Alliance. The scars of the war continue to show themselves. But you guys travel north through the brine meadows into the Everwood Forest on your way to Jingzhuo. Take you about 2.5 days journey, I would say, to get there. Couple nights you have your fires. You're at the point at which you're such high level that anything inside these forests aren't a threat to you. But
Nope.
what you do see is just animals of the natural fauna and flora, most of which animals of the natural fauna of this area, bears, wolves, that stuff's out there. And as they they might get too close to your group at one point or another, easily enough, Masno or Bologna are able to send them on their way without any violence or discourse. Is there anything you want to do on these 2.5 days before you get to Jingzhuo?
Yeah.
If we see a bear, I want to pet it.
You can attempt. All right. So let's start with the bear. When you're passing one of the creeks inside the forest, Masno, you're drinking from the water, and you just look to your left, and you see a bear also drinking out of the water. Like about down the stream, though. It's like 200 feet down.
I'm gonna pet this bear.
You see Arwen is standing watching you. He's zoning out clearly, and you see you walking away. He's like, he starts walking out. He's just like, Masno, is something wrong? Shh. You see him instantly like alert, looking for Is there someone here? An assassin, maybe?
I'm gonna point at the bear.
Is there something wrong with the bear?
Yeah, I'm not petting it.
You see him look at you. Masno, that's a bear.
Yeah.
All right then.
You stay here.
Oh, you didn't have to tell me that, sir.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go pet the bear.
I would like to see this. Oh, yes, shoosh.
All right.
He looks over his shoulder, and you see
Yeah.
him just go like...
You just see Ari with just sitting in like a tree branch, watching all this, like super relaxed, just like the Mosnell's up to his shenanigans.
Lona in the tree branch next to Ari.
Yep.
Yeah, you're pretty out.
You guys are up top from the little place you've set up on your campsites right now. You have all the leaves that are on the ground that you're crunching under. So I need you to give me a stealth check, Mosnell, as you're approaching the bear.
Okay. Stealth check.
Yep.
Which is +3, so that's going to be a 16.
+3.
As you're crunching around, you're in your home terrain. So you're like masterfully like, oh, I know these woods. I built these woods. As you're walking around and getting close, your hunting instincts are starting to kick in, and you feel this like, someone taught me this. There was a bond I had with somebody that can't be important. As you continue getting closer, and as you're getting within about 10 feet of it, you see the head go up,
Rubbing it in.
and it looks over at you, and you just see it. Not running away, not scared yet, but it's made eye contact now that you're just like, you're poking the ass of a person.
Are there bushes around me? Like what?
No.
I'm just straight up like in the
At
open.
this point, because it was by the river, there's trees all around, but most of the trees don't have leaves in them anymore because it's wintertime, or getting to be there. We still have like 1 month before it hits hard winter here. But like all the bushes too are pretty sparse because of the season. Some of them stay that way, and there's a couple evergreens out there. But you're about 10 feet away from them. You guys have this clear nothing between you two. Arwen looks back. He's like, does anybody have a healing potion on hand?
I'm going to slowly start walking like a bear towards him on all fours.
What's your intimidation check? What did you say, Bologna?
Do Ari and I have snacks or anything?
Yeah, you have any rations that you have on your person. You chill out in the branches. Right?
Just like eating like some nuts.
Yep.
Yeah, just some like nuts.
You're on all fours, and you see Arwen as one of the others come up to him. Which one is it? It would be. I'll actually say Osric comes forward. Osric's next to him. The dwarf is like, "What's this about? Are we in the middle of something?" And you see him like, shh. Mosnell's going to touch the bear. Osric's like, then we must all probably have to go touch the bear. It's like, no, stay here. Let's just see how this unfolds, and then we'll go help him. And you see Osric like this. Well, maybe we need to see if the situation falls out of balance. Then we must reassert it into balance. I like this. Yes. And you see that? Yes, balance. Exactly.
Yes,
of
course.
He's holding his shoulders as they're watching you, Mosnell. All right, so give me an intimidation check.
Intimidation?
That's what the bear's perceiving as you've now just gone into a bear position going towards it.
Whoa,
okay. You said you went into all fours and you started going towards it like a crazy person.
Like instead of being big and scary.
The bear's big and scary too.
I know. I think my intention is important. My intention is to show the bear that I mean no harm. I'm one of you.
Oh, that is what Mosnell certainly thinks. But you're not close enough for your animal handling check, so you still got one more check to go. I know what you're fishing for. You're not there yet.
Want that animal handling check?
Or persuasion, I guess. Give me a persuasion. You're trying to persuade it with disadvantage.
With disadvantage?
Yeah, because to me, the bear's like,
no, that's fine. That's fine.
Shit?
Okay, that's an 8 for persuasion.
The bear's like giving you this look. It's now like bulking up its shoulders. Its hair sticking up on hand, and you're hearing a little like as you're getting closer to it.
Mm-hmm. All right. Once I get kind of like clear, I'm gonna try to like.
How close?
I assume I see this happening.
If you want, I mean, you're by the camp at this point.
I just want to cast Bane on the bear when it starts growling.
What's the save?
It's a charisma save.
Of what?
It's 18 is my save.
Yeah, no. Does not save, so the bear has Bane on it now.
The bear feels a magical presence dampening its abilities. as this weird humanoid starts stalking towards it.
So as soon as it starts feeling like agitated, I'm going to try to do some very gentle grunting to show friendship grunting that is like,
hey, I'm a friend. Hey, what's going on?
That's a natural 2, but it swings out as it hears you making noises you think are friendly. Doesn't seem like it's interpreting that. It definitely sounds like a challenge to it at this point, as it's flailing out at you. But it's also just does the Bane also affect attack rolls?
Yeah.
Oh my god! So that's a D4.
Yep.
Yeah.
Natural
Before
2.
Mazel's next check,
brutal. That's a negative, without any modifiers. Oh,
So it's just a natural one.
Yeah.
You see, like, ugh, but the weird presence on it has it just spooked out of its mind right now.
Before the next check, can I do something?
Sure. What do you want to do?
I just want to sneak up behind Mazna.
Go ahead. Make a stealth check.
All right. That is a whopping 31.
As everybody is watching, literally nobody right now sees you move. Whoa, wait one moment. What the fuck was that? Give me 1 second. I just saw a giant black thing move over there. I gotta see if it's an animal.
It's
or
my
a spider.
character in real life.
I know. What was that? Wait.
Manifested.
You hear me shout like a bitch. It's a big spider.
I'm close, guys. I'm almost there.
Or are you?
I don't know.
You just gotta tackle it to the ground and make it let you
Belly rub.
while it keeps missing you. Just,
Yeah. If things get bad, I'm going to tackle it and belly rub it.
Oh my!
With whether it wants it or not, I'm rubbing its belly.
What is that? What the fuck? I saw a giant shadow go against the back of that picture. It looked like a mouse.
Was it a cockamouse?
I've never seen anyone who looked like a mouse. Circle back here. Alright, it's no big deal. I don't see him anymore. Obviously, he's around here. I'll see more of him. I'll keep an eye out. Yeah, oh, you're right. Just let Athena down here. She'll have it found in 5 minutes. That's a good point. I'll release the hound later. All right, sorry about that. That was just so big and alarming. I'm used to spiders. They're like tiny little things, but I saw like this big. It literally looked like a rat, so it must be a rat.
Oh shit!
Sorry. I'm getting the fat down here.
you gotta get one of these.
Yeah. Hey, oh, look at that. I love it. He's just like, this is what Dad does.
What are you doing?
All right, so what do you got? Where were we? Sorry. I'm very sorry. That was
Justin was doing something.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So Bologna,
Looking up
right
Mazel.
now, nobody has any idea you left your place, and like you're like low crouch to the ground, crawling like through the leaves and everything, and your tattoos are like blending in with your surroundings to a degree as well now, almost like they're see-through as you are approaching Mazda from behind.
I'm gonna take out a little feather and tickle his neck and cast enhance ability
All right.
All right.
You feel
and give him.
you feel like it bugs something, and you're like, "Ugh, no bugs there, and you're like, I thought I got it. I know I got it.
No, I'm
I'm gonna give him Eagle's Splendor, which gives him advantage on charisma checks,
Hey.
and then I'll just sneak my way back to my spot
Right.
and watch this unfold.
All right. As that happens through this process, Maz, now you made. What were you doing now? Your persuasion. The persuasion, I believe, sucked. Was it, or did you do well?
The persuasion. So I did.
Oh, that's right. You were grunting at it, and it tried to attack you. That's right.
Yeah, and it
Right.
missed.
All right. So what are you doing now? Now that it tried to hit you.
I am going to slowly move towards it again
All right.
without grunting,
Okay.
and then I'll move like a little bit, and then I'll stop, and I'll go down on my knees, and I'll just kind of like squat with like on my knees with my butt on my heels. And I'll just kind of like sit there for a little bit to see what it does.
You see it? Where? Oh, it is a mouse. I'm not crazy, guys. That's all I really care about. Where is he? Should we get some plastic bins and put him outside? Do we got to do that right now? How's he get back in there? How do you even get in here? Sorry. Uh-oh. We have the new excitement of the basement. My dad's going to be on a mission. Okay, so we're going to take our break in a second. First, though, let's do the bear.
Yeah.
The bear's going to attack you again. It's scared out of its mind, but I need you to make give me a charisma check normal because you got advantage.
Okay.
And it's less persuading the bear and more or less being in touch with your spiritualness. I'm not going to make a religion check per se.
Persuasion. Oh no, charisma. Charisma. You say
Yeah, it's
charisma.
more a charisma check.
Charisma. So charisma is 15.
15. As the bear's about to bite your face off, this presence around you sort of like connects with it, and there's this feeling of that cold, but it's that icy hot, this warm coldness. The ethereal wolf appears behind you a little bit, and the bear calms down, and it seems to get this indication of like he's okay, maybe. And
He cool.
it's looking at you only because of the spirit of the forest and your connections, as it's just sort of starting to back off and go away, as it was gonna bite your face off, and just like, I just wanted water. This is too much. Do you do anything else?
I'm going to take some rations that I have and kind of move a little closer and hold them out in my hand.
In your hand. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. 17.
It moves forward, and still very cautiously, it starts. It takes a little bit out of your hand, eats it in its mouth. Its tongue licks out a little more, eats it in its mouth behind, and then it does the thing where after it's all gone, it's licking your hand, trying to find whatever's left, and it's like, might eat the hand.
All right, I'll take my hand away and give it a little bit more.
All
And
You can
while he's
see-
going at that, I'm going to softly start petting its head.
Give me an animal handling check.
There it is. All right. Animal handling.
Mhm.
That is a 17.
You're able to pet the bear.
Yes! Everything I wanted.
As it's eating out of your hand, you feel this closeness with the animal and this momentary trust. As it finishes the food in your hand, it looks up at you, and it's got these eyes of like, you better stop or I'm going to rip your heart out. But it's not ripping your heart out at the moment. It's not agitated, but it's also like, I'm not a pet. I'll fucking maul you.
Yeah, I got it. All right. I'll do like one or two more pets, and then I'll back away.
When Mosnell's backing away, I want to cast Hypnotic Pattern on Mosnell and the bear.
What's the save?
Wisdom 18.
Ooh,
Nope. That fails.
wisdom 18. Nope, 15.
Alright, I'm just gonna walk up and pet the bear.
What does Hypnotic Pattern do? And what is it again?
It's incapacitated and has a speed of 0. If you take an attack or use an action to shake it out of its stupor, then it can wake up. But it's incapacitated,
The
basically.
two of you just get zonked into this other world. Like, you see this giant ethereal wolf in front of you being like, it starts talking Appa and Momo style in the Cactus
Yes.
Juice episode.
Beautiful.
And you two, both of you are just like, whoa. And it's just like, you did good. We're like, yeah, we did. You did so good. Ah, and Ralia just walks you, crunching through the downed leaves on the ground in the air and starts petting it. Oh, that's what that's
It looks
about.
really soft. I don't know. And I'll start touching Mosnell's hair too. Like, compare which one's softer.
Compare.
Yeah.
You see Osric is now next to you down there and just like, oh, it is soft. Look at this. As he's pulling on Mosnell's beard as Mosnell just zonked out right now. And you see Arwen being like, okay, this is not how I thought this day would go, but I'm pleased with it so far.
And then I'll start walking away and I'll shake Mosnell and be like, let's go.
What? Oh, did you see me pet the bear?
I'm not dropping the spell though, so the bear is still
Yeah.
incapacitated. Yes, it was very good.
Oh, it was awesome.
You got right up in there.
I did. I fed him too.
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Oh man, this is gonna be a great day.
Osric's like, unbelievable, these two, the bear touchers! The two of you.
Well,
I'm
let's not call us that.
They're in a great place. As
It's a little weird.
he walks away, ignoring you.
I don't want to be called a bear toucher. It's oh boy.
And look, Mosnell, it looks like you loaded it into some sense of security. It's just sitting there
Oh man.
sleeping. So
You
that's
see,
I'm
you
just-
see,
I'm
you
gonna
see,
look
his,
at my
like,
hand.
I see, as like, just as you say that, your spell stops. You see the bear just like, it just faints and falls to the ground. Blah.
Whoa. I'm gonna look at my hands. I did not know I could do this.
You are
I
one with
can-
the wild.
I can calm animals into sleep. Whoa. I gotta be careful with that.
Just truly terrifying. Now, let's get out of here.
Good idea.
All right. We're gonna take a break only because of the mouse. Think about what you want to do before you get to Jingzhuo, and we'll pick right back up, and hopefully Zach will be able to join us. So,
All right.
take a quick break. I can see that's having a recording. And it's not set up to anything, so it can't stream. Ha ha ha. Joke's on you, OBS. All right, so you guys successfully petted a bear. What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Our greatest achievement so far.
Yeah, I'd say so. What do you want to do? I saw
Petting the bear, defeating Orleth. Petting
That's
the
like
bear,
pretty far down.
defeating Orleth.
Or this like pretty low. on our achievement list, I think, now.
Orlith who?
Yeah, right? Orlith Schmorlith.
You said it. Was all sitting down with his morning breakfast.
One of the people who was not there.
Saying it back to himself like a chant every day. Like, that has a ring to it. Doesn't, but he thinks it does.
I'd like to relay all the information I've learned about Mr. Geckham
Sure.
to our crew here.
So everything you guys got to listen in on, you get a general idea for what Bologna went through during the trials during one of your nights camped out by the fire. Do you share it with the other groups too, the Knights of Tyr and the Northerners? They're with you too, the Northern soldiers. I'm going to refer to them as the Northern soldiers.
To the end of the earth?
I mean, you can ask them.
Oh God.
I will. I'm gonna probably indicate we should probably keep this
I think it's
more
a
to
chosen
ourselves.
It's a chosen responsibility. I think it's a chosen thing.
Okay. That's fine. Then you're able to do that, and they take their walks, or leave of absences. Some of them disappointed, others being like, "Whatever, dude, I'm along for the ride."
Cool.
So you guys.
Is there anything you guys want to know?
So, what? Wait, so there's two of them?
Yeah, I guess he got split. So there's like a good one and there's a bad one. And the bad one, I guess, is the guy that's I don't know.
Wait, but is Ragnorum Mugdis?
No. He's just the first champion of Mugdis who got split in two.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just the latest champion. I'm not anything special.
Can we get the good Ragnorum to fight the bad Ragnorum?
Well, you see, the good Ragnorum fought the bad Ragnorum, and then he lost. So that's why he's chilling behind that waterfall. So
Okay.
it's actually up to me now, I guess.
All right then.
But I'm not really in a rush.
Let's go fight him right now.
I
Maybe not.
I'm just kidding.
I figure if the first champion of Mugdis got defeated, there might be some learning I need to do. I don't even know really much about this guy, so I'd like to at least try to glean some weakness.
Yeah, that would definitely be a smart plan initially.
Yeah, pretty heavy duty, right? This guy was just like, yeah, so I failed, and it's all on you now. Pretty hefty responsibility there. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to take my time with it.
that's definitely smart.
You guys have no idea where the fuck Ragnorum is. Just putting that out there.
Last time we saw him was the vision of him at Mount Hot now.
Yeah. So you're always free to try and scry on him.
Do you guys know anything about this dude, or?
I mean, we just know from what we saw on that storm giant vision.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe our Grey Hand allies or someone else will know.
Maybe.
Surely somebody will know. And if not, then I guess we'll figure it out. It's cool. What did you guys do while I was doing that?
So Eve wanted to explore one of the sanctuaries, and found out there's still a bunch of the creatures hanging around. The madness creatures. Let's see. So we went there, we kind of fixed up the temple a little bit, made it a little bit more presentable. And then we got into a bit of a scuffle after the fact.
Okay.
Uzal almost lost our bag of holding gear.
Ooh.
How dare you?
How did you do that?
No, it was very strange. It was like the madness creatures could sense the orb in the bag. And they targeted it specifically and then opened it up to turn it out.
Didn't that beast, the Ragnorm you're talking about, in the Storm Giant vision, didn't he do the same with us? He said we touched the stone, and yet we weren't even in person, and he could tell.
Yeah, that's true. He knew. He could tell we had touched the sunstone.
Honestly, I blocked all the Storm Giant memories out of my brain, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's understandable.
But yeah,
It was
and then there was this one lizard folk creature that was definitely a different kind. It was a little bit tougher, and he was holding us off for quite a bit, actually. But we were able to recover most of the possessions, including both the sunstone and the orb, and escaped. As we were exiting, it sounded like there was something coming, though, something big that this creature, this leader, captain, I don't know, creature, had signaled to when he discovered the orb. And we actually what looked like that shadow creature from Eve's memory when she was unconscious. Like the actual one approaching before we were able to escape.
It was strange to say the least. Many things that are questions we have to solve. There's a world clearly out of balance. Maybe I can contact Tyr to try and give us direction for these problems that are clearly never going away anytime soon.
Ralia?
Yes.
Could you work some of your memory magic on me?
Yes. What do you wish to remember?
Everything that you guys encountered while I was gone.
I will modify memory,
Mm-hmm.
and I will just basically give Bologna my memory of the events.
So as you do that, you like put your hand, you take it out of your head and you put it into hers, and then there's this little bit, because it's quite a bit, like a little processing time downloading, that periwinkle glows out of your hands as the two of you exchange the memory, and Bellona, you now have a perfect representation of the memory. You saw everything that Ralia saw, which included pretty sure you were failing a lot of spells and then getting wrecked at one point as the enemy cut through you a ton.
Yeah.
And you even have like the emotions of just like the, Ralia is normally cool on the outside, but on the inside she's like, fuck!
I had basically no spell slots the entire thing. I had one level 5 spell slot that I was saving for teleportation circle. So I was tapped out, just getting beaten on.
So you get to share that intimacy with Ralia of utter frustration, panic, and like, I'm still gonna beat the shit out of you if I can.
I'm just gonna give her like a slight pat on the shoulder. It's just like a nod, like, yeah, I've been there before.
Okay.
Like, it sucks. I know what you mean. I won't tell anyone about that part.
About what part?
I was tired. I fell asleep last night like crazy.
Make a deception check with disadvantage.
Okay. 18 and rolling slow.
2.
3, so 18.
18.
I only have a passive insight of 11, so...
Ulazal's is like 21 or 23, something ridiculous. So Ulazal's like, not saying anything, he's drinking his shit, just like, Orlif, Smorlif.
I didn't know you slept. thought you just
What? She's a
sat
person.
there with your eyes open.
Oh my god,
staring forward.
Maznal.
What?
It's not like she's a corpse.
Do I look like a corpse to you?
She's
No.
a living human.
No, but it's just
You see,
this-
Delphina's
Raleigh is
like,
very dolled up. Like she's makeup and she does her hair every morning, and it's like
I just thought that's what necromancers were like. I don't know.
Delphina's just like, your skin tone is like marble white. As you look at her like as albino as it can be at the moment because you haven't get much sun despite your travels and everything.
well,
You're not
I mean,
albino, you're just pale.
Yeah. I wear a long cloak, and my dress covers most of it. I'm gonna cast teleport and teleport them like 20 feet away from me.
Is there a saving throw? Like what? How does that?
There is a
think
saving
so.
throw.
I mean, is there?
Yeah, I think if they're resisting it.
That's
Okay, let me
hilarious.
see if I can find it.
I thought there was.
Yeah,
I
you
think-
How do
definitely
you see
can't
the
just
teleport
teleport
ever?
people because bad guy people would do that shit all the time against bad
Probably
guys.
just have to accept it. Charlie.
They might have
It might have to be a
accepting.
willing creature.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably
Probably
what it
be
is.
willing.
It's willing creature.
Well then, I'm gonna convince them that they're willing.
Oh no, I'm already willing.
Okay.
Mosnell teleports. Probably nobody else.
Good enough.
Just
into it.
Mosnell just goes 20 feet, and you're sitting with the other groups. You all spawn in. Ostric's like, whoa, whoa! He takes out his sword. Arwen hasn't even moved. He's just like, oh, nice to join us.
I'm just gonna
Literally
look
the
at
least
Raleigh and
arranged
it's like
thing today.
I think he thinks you're a lich.
Yeah, I mean, he
That's,
can.
I think
save
that
it
I'm
once,
pretty
but
sure that's like super offensive to you because you're a cleric.
that is literally like the opposite of what everything I stand for.
You see,
Man.
like the monk hands you a glass of water. Mosnell is just like, here you go. If you're gonna join us, you might as well have a drink.
Yeah, sure.
So happy go lucky. It's adorable.
Mosnell
Might
is
as well.
totally a golden retriever. It's just
Basically.
Eric, do I look like I'm dead?
I mean, no, you're a little pale, but Mosnell's also he's not the sharpest.
Well, I know that, but I mean, I'm beautiful.
you look over to Mosnell as you say that, and right now Mosnell and Osric are going having a muscle contest right now who can flex harder. And then you see the drow from the Linrayu, name is not in front of me. Sorry, it's there. Come over and he doesn't even flex. He just puts it next to both of them and it's bigger than both of them. And you guys are like, oh. And then he flexes and you're both like, oh! And he's just like, that's how it's done.
That's awesome.
As the golden retriever continues to retrieve. Varys.
It's a good name.
Ugh. But yeah, that was about the summary of our side of the story.
Cool. Good to know. Well, I suppose we'll probably be revisiting that shortly. But for now, I guess we'll just enjoy our travels.
Yeah, make our way over to our town.
Yes, I suppose we will be making our way downtown. Yes.
We own a city, I guess.
Walking around.
I'd also like to re-challenge Mosnell to an arm wrestling contest because I lost a long, long time ago.
All right, so at this point, the camps regroup together. And
Mosnell?
you do it as you stand up. You're like, Mosnell! Arm wrestling challenge! And then everyone just congregates.
I want a rematch now.
All right. Since you're so eager.
All right.
Can I try to cast enhance ability on myself?
Can you do that? What does it
I
say?
can.
Probably.
It's a touch spell.
If it's just a touch spell, then yeah.
Yeah. Are you trying to be secret about it?
I don't really want Mosnell to know, but if he does,
Do a
I don't really
sleight of
care.
hand check against his passive perception of 13.
Ooh,
Which is
only
very
a 7.
You clearly see Bologna cast a spell on herself before you guys sit down as Osric is taking out the barrel. His brother and sister come over here and they're laying everything out. The others places for you guys to sit. The whole cart is pulled over and everyone's all excited. You can see both the Knights of Tyr and the Northern soldiers all grins on their faces looking at their chosen friends having an arm wrestling contest and there's cheering going on.
I'm not even gonna use a dagger this time.
Oh. All right. Mano y mano.
Mm-hmm.
You can see some of them are taking sides, and you see Arwen's the one not taking any sides right now, and you seem just like, something's going on here. Go ahead.
All right.
So go ahead and make strength checks. It's a strength contest.
I'm going to rage.
Oh, definitely.
How surprising!
Mazo goes to where he's like, oh, let's go! All the muscles bulge as him and Bologna go. Her markings of nature start to glow, and her eyes lock in as the two of you begin this contest.
16.
What is this? Just straight strength?
Yeah.
Straight strength?
Yep.
Okay. 14.
Bologna starts pushing down Mazo's hands. You're feeling a strength unlike before last time with her, because last time it was like, haha, I'm crushing you, and then the leverage was helping. This is different. This feels different.
Oh, someone's been working out.
Give me another
You
strength
can
check.
see that. 24.
Ooh.
Jesus.
All right.
Thanks, beyond.
18.
Mazo, you're doing fine, man. You're like, I'm feeling this, but the strength keeps piling on, and your hand goes even further down. You're like, this feels like Kane. As your hand's getting down there, like, this is when I wrestled Kane. It's just, hey, wait a moment.
All right.
Last one. Well, we'll see. Unless you can start making a comeback.
I'm gonna willingly fail.
Oh, God damn. What do you roll, Maz, now?
Dirty 20.
You feel this like moment of weakness as Bologna gives you like this eyebrow, and you almost push her all the way back. She gives up a little too much ground than what she was initially thinking, and that moment of weakness, you take her down to like one fail, and she's done for in this arm wrestling contest.
Woohoo!
And you see the cheers start going, oh, oh, pointing, and the other ones looking around, and one that's just like, oh, this isn't real. Go ahead and make a strength check.
Dirty 20.
21.
Maz now, boom! Takes the moment of weakness from Bologna, and you see somebody else being, oh, and you see some coins start exchanging hands from the other people. And she's just like, that's not fair, as he's walking away. He was so close. And Maz now, you feel that victory surging through you. Though when you put it down, it wasn't this deliberate, like, boom, I got you. It was like, ah, ha, oh, 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 oh. like fight all the way to the end and be like, got him.
Got him. Whew.
Better luck next time, I guess.
Oh, that was a close one.
Masna
Yeah,
was
it's
visibly
working out.
sweating like crazy, while Bologna hardly has sweat on her.
Yeah, you got some force behind you.
Yeah, you could say that. You could say I'm a strong woman.
Strong
That's
woman.
impressive.
Wow. Well, you were an inspiration.
Wow. I appreciate that.
I took that last loss to heart. Next time, you won't be so lucky.
I look forward to it.
Me too.
Not me. As I'd say Bashir is annoyed as he clearly lost to Kangwan. So the Goliath monk ended up winning the bet between the Greyhound Ranger.
Oh no! I let him down.
It's a little
How much money did he lose?
Nah, nothing. They're betting coppers. They're just
Okay.
friendly.
Okay.
Just goofing.
Yeah. These groups, you guys get the vibe, are super chill and super down with you guys.
That's what I like to hear. Get that Bologna fan club going.
All right. Anything else you guys would like to do before you land in Jingzhuo?
It's the only thing I needed to do. Set arm wrestling contest.
I think that's about it.
You guys find your way on the outskirts of Jingzhuo around early morning, probably around 8 a.m. It's a colder morning. It's right on that borderline of 32 degrees. It's just freezing, just under freezing, just melting. So it's going back and forth from some places have some little bits of snow on them in some sections and others are being melted off. But you approach inside a forest, a very deep, thick forest area. Bits of stonework are sown about, and you can see a lot of it is crumbled and ruined. But as you get closer, there's a wall that goes around and it cuts through the forest. It looks like the forest grew around the wall that was here, and it's not too high. It's high. It's 10 feet, but it's not towering like you guys saw in Skoberheim, where there were hundreds of feet to the sky. There's looks like a front entrance to the town, and the gates seem to be locked. There doesn't appear to be anybody manning up the top. As your cart comes on, the road itself is a dirt road. It seems to be fairly well traveled. It's muddy because of the snow and the melting, so all you guys have that slick mud on your feet. You have the freshness of that frosted morning smell coming into your noses as the sun is hitting you, and the sun's giving you that perceived warmth, even though it's still cold out. As you approach this gate into Jingzhuo, Arwen looks at the group and, well, this is the great town of Jingzhuo. Normally there's someone to greet you, and normally we would be greeted with arrows from our adversaries, but you see him go up to the door and hit a knock on it.
I'm pretty sure we freed Jingzhuo.
Jingzhuo? Lianzhou you freed.
Lian's.
Oh, we freed Yin Yang. That's what it was.
Yin Yang was,
Yin Yang.
it's farther north.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's way up there.
Jingzhuo is north. It's by the King's Coast.
Yeah.
and all
I had
that.
my areas a little bit.
King's Coast.
No problem. Northeast. East of Everwood.
Yeah.
So, I imagine it's going to be strange, whatever's on the other side, but we have...
Oh, shit.
There's
Hold on a second, and I'm just gonna start walking up the wall.
You see him just... the back of his blade that he tapped on the back, the handle on the door with no response. You just see him drop blade to the ground, and just yep.
How high is the wall?
It's only 10 feet.
Okay, so when Ari gets up there, I'm gonna Misty Step right next to him.
You guys are on top, and you can see all
I'm gonna
sorts.
jump.
of the. You can make that. You're tall enough.
I'm tall. I can grab it with my hands easy.
100%. You can see it's all like rotted up here, all the wood for this outpost, and it looks like it has been manned. It's that classic, like you find some in the middle of the winter that's just been abandoned for a long time, and it just looks crap and run down. Mosdell, you just hoist yourself over. You see the rest of them. Ostric's like, throw me up there. Throw me up there. And the humans with him is like Morgan.
I'm just gonna like hop down and just kind of like go to open up the door, like
Yep.
move the lock out.
Yep. It's those big wooden bars, and that's keeping it closed. But easy enough, you can just like maneuver it just enough to get it up and over, so just one of it slides up. You're not like poof, it's off, but you're doing a little like yeah, and get the door open just barely. So then the other people on the other side see that there, and then they can help. The Knights of Tyr, the dwarf sneaks through, and the three dwarfs are able to get the other side off, and it's now open for everybody coming through. What you see is a relatively small town. Lots of grass throughout this area that's between some burnt grass and some normal grass. A small town that looks pretty run down lays in front of you. A couple windmills, and it looks like some bare farmland to your left. And you can see this large and bit run down castle that's far off in the distance from you guys. All you seem to be surrounded by forest. It's like this entire city inside a forest area.
Nice.
I'm gonna start making my way to see if we can find someone.
Sure.
I will join Barry in that.
Had you guys...
Kind of moving towards the castle, but keeping an eye out for people.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to give you the layout of the land. Discord. Let me grab this file. And then I'm going to save this image to downloads. And then I'm going to share it with all of you in the map section. The map. Where's the map section? That's Rad Awesome server. I'm a stupid fucking idiot.
It's it's below scheduling.
Map. Downloads. Where is it labeled right? Jingzhuo. That was it? Yeah, it was labeled right. Jingzhuo version 1. So we all have the same general idea of the place. It'll help. It's uploading. It's taking a while to upload. Don't worry, it's getting there. But as you enter the town, you can see some people in blankets that are outside in the mud of some of these houses, and they're shivering in the cold. And you see this young girl with this big black hat on. It's pointy at the top, and she's leaning over and she's handing out porridge to these individuals on the street as she has her own like cloak around her as she's talking to them. You guys are coming in from the front gates. It just uploaded, and you're now passing through a bunch of the houses there.
Excuse me.
As your group approaches, you can see the young girl turn and be like, "Oh, hello there," and you see a bunch of the homeless-looking individuals immediately just walk away and start trying to hide and get away from whatever this group of soldiers is approaching from their perspective. You see her, "Hello, welcome to Jingzhuo. How can I help you?"
You wouldn't happen to be Pinna, would you?
No.
We were told by Brian to look for somebody named Pinna.
Yes, I'm Pinna. Yes, I am. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh, she looks like maybe 17 years old at best.
Okay.
She's a 17-year-old human. As she has this red hair, and I have a portrait of her in here, actually. I could probably get that up if I could find it. As she looks to all of you, her hands out, and she goes and instantly hugs you, and she's like, "Oh, thank heavens! Brian sent you? Is this relief from the north?"
Yes, we are the chosen, and we have been sent to kind of provide guidance for the city here. Try and get things back on its feet.
So, chosen, right? Okay, so you see her go back and do the little... Like, I heard... We don't get much out here in Jingzhuo, so normally all the messages come to me, and things have been a little tough messaging because the Cobalts take all of our messages. So, like, I heard you were a big deal of sorts, but I don't really understand what that means. Like, I don't know if I'm talking too much. You can always stop me if I'm talking too much. But like, I don't
Are
know.
there any
I don't know who
birds
you are.
like flying around in the sky?
You're, because it's kind of wide open where you see it right now. I wouldn't say so. Maybe high up would be like a couple hawks or something like that. Besides,
Like how
your
high?
bird is here. Obviously.
Well, yeah, but
I mean, we're here to help.
Help is needed. There she is.
Ooh. Ah.
Witch's hat.
Yep. I've been doing my best.
That was literally, yeah, that was like we were literally told the witch named Pinna.
I've been doing my best to keep everybody like as healthy as they can be, but things get really tough, and the kobolds are like really big jerks and murderers and monsters, and they take all of our resources and they bully us, and there's only so much I can do. And they
Are there still kobolds in the city?
well, they all, like, maybe a few days ago took all of our stuff as some new tax, all the food that they could, and locked themselves up inside the castle over there, and they're just sort of leaving us to die, which is, you know, the good news is I can help everybody in the city without kobolds punching me in the face anymore, but the bad news is there's not a lot of food, and I don't know where to go.
well, that should be easy enough.
As soon as she,
Yeah, do you know where Dillian is?
Dillian. Yes, how do you know Dillian? How do you know
They're-
Dillian?
They were the other one that the King in the North told us
Oh, right,
to
of course, right. She told you
meet
about-
up with.
That's fantastic.
So-
yes, Dillian. Yes. He's-
so- You can,
no,
you
no.
can-
So as soon as she mentioned where the kobolds were, Mossel's just gonna take his axe out and start walking in that
Yeah,
direction.
probably
you see a bunch of the Northerners with Arwen is like, off we go. As they're taking their swords out and everything. And the Knights of Tyr are around Ulazal, and they're like, we look into Ulazal, and Ulazal's like, whoa, wait a minute. Maybe we don't just go guns blazing into there.
I think this is a guns blazing thing, and I'm gonna just whip out the crossbows. Start
Kick
walking,
down
guys.
door.
if you could just tell Dillian that we'll go take care of the kobolds, and we'll be back in a little bit.
Alright, we don't need to
Then
go
start
back. Just meet
walking
us-
with the group.
I see Pin
just
out.
meet us in the castle. I mean, by the time you get there, we will be done. So just walk
She's just
to the castle.
wide-eyed, and she's like, and you see Ulazal grab her hand. She's like, everything's gonna be fine. As he walks off, and he just like the Knights of Tyr are like, it's time to rebalance the scales. As the dwarf starts running off.
We'll give them a chance. We'll say if they surrender right now, the Chosen will leave them alive.
As you guys walk down the path, you're getting glances from all sorts of people and confused looks, some worried looks, instantly closing those shutters. You can tell this place is pretty worn down. A lot of people look pretty down on their luck. They've been hurt by this war. It's clear the war has taken a lot from Jingzhuo. But as you come up to the castle itself, there's the front entrance to it, and it looks okay, the castle itself, but there's overgrowth and maintenance that's not well with it. It's still fortified, but it doesn't look as strong as it could be.
Are there any guards posted?
Nope.
I'm gonna try the front gate to see if we can get it open.
Are you knocking or just opening the gate?
I'm gonna like Maznal, come here, and we're just gonna open it.
Okay. As you two go to open the gate, you can feel it's locked, and there's definitely some resistance.
I'll be right back, and I will same thing. Just walk up the wall,
As you walk,
and then when I get to the top of the wall, I'll take a look around first.
As you look up at the top of the wall, it looks like completely unmanned. At the center, there's like a courtyard, and you can see a bunch of Cobalt soldiers, all in their armors, talking around. There's a big load of materials inside there, and you can see one of them being like, "It's not enough. What do we? I don't know what we do. I don't know what we're gonna do." And just like, we can't. I mean, and they're going back and forth on that right now.
While they haven't noticed me, I'm gonna walk down the wall and unlock the gate.
Yep. Easy enough. This has a whole mechanism. It's loud though, so as soon as you unlock the gate, they all stand up, take their swords out. It's like, "Hey, who's coming in?" And they start going.
They'll see me already on the inside of the wall.
As they start walking over, they're like, "Someone's already in!" And as the doors open, you see the rest of the Chosen walk in with the Northern soldiers and the Knights of Tyr. They're just like,
I'll turn to them and be like, "Hello, we're the Chosen. You can surrender and we'll leave you alive."
You see them all like, "Soldiers, mount up!" And they're tripping over shit. Like, they're not ready. Some of them are pulling their pants up. Some of them are trying to get some gauntlets on. The captain's over there, and he has his sword out, and he's looking at this group. He's like, you guys get the numbers right now? There's 20 Cobalt soldiers and 16 of you.
I'm gonna walk towards the captain and like stop like 15 feet away from him.
You see him like, "No father, you separatists!"
I'm gonna repeat myself one more time. We are the Chosen.
Right.
Surrender now,
As he's doing
or
this,
you die.
As he's doing this, can I just do my stealthy thing and just appear, crossbow to his head as he finishes that statement?
Go ahead and make a stealth check. As you're doing that, you see them keep going like, "You keep saying Chosen like it's supposed to mean something to us."
You said stealth?
Yeah.
44.
So as they're all distracted, they're like, I don't care who you are. If you're not part of the Cobalt Alliance, you're not allowed to take this. We're here for the light in the country." And
there is no Cobalt Alliance.
You see them, you hear a bunch of them, "Oh, hold your tongue!" And then you hear
killed
the crossbow to the captain's head is now there.
Let me just correct myself. We killed Escott Grandier.
Yes.
You will surrender or die.
I'll just clear my throat.
When he says that, I want to cast Thaumaturgy, make my eyes pitch black, and just start swirling energy around my hands.
Yes.
This would be more fun.
Both of you can make intimidation checks with advantage. And Bologna can make an intimidation check too.
That is a 26.
23.
11!
You see the captain. "Right, lads. We clearly didn't get the news. I say we all had a big misunderstanding, didn't we, today?" You see the rest of them, "Yes, sir, we sure did. We sure did." As they're putting their swords on the ground, and you see Arwen going up, and he's kicking the swords away as all the other ones are going in line and doing the same. You can see Osric come over, and you just see him like, does a little poke with his hammer onto one of the feet, and the guy goes like, ah! As he comes down, and he grabs the guy's beard, and he's like, "Oh, you're getting lucky on this one." As he puts the guy's face back up, and you see Ulzal being like, "Easy. And you see the Cobalt soldiers. Right. Well, seems like you're not the lot to lie. This is shocking news to us.
Yeah, the war's over.
Oh.
The North won.
Oh. Sir, are we dead now? Jamison? For once in this campaign, shut your fucking mouth. Sorry, sir. Right, then. Well, we'll be on our way, then.
You're gonna stick around for a moment, and you're gonna be our captives.
Right, then.
Yeah.
Well, boys.
And I'm just gonna like start taking out a rope and just like sitting them down, getting them in a group, and then just tying them up for the moment.
Sir, I think it's officially sunk in for me. Feels like we lost. You see him just sitting there. Jamison, I want you to know that these long 3.5 years with you have been some of the worst years of my life.
Yes.
I'm sorry, sir. Me too, Jamison.
Me too.
You see Arwen come up. What do you want to do, sir? With the rest of
Well, there's a town leader that goes by the name of Dillian. I think he was the ranking person, the prior caretaker of the town previously. So I figure we should probably bring them around the castle and kind of work on the semantics from there.
All right. I'll go fetch them and see how they are, and we can bring them here and let them know of our great victory. As he raises his eyebrow, and he goes, you see Osric, yeah, bullets! As you see, he's like tightening. He's like, the one guy's like, ah! As he tightens it a little more, he just like, whoa, very excited about the whole ordeal. Wow, he's always really excited. His brother and sister are like this even keel the entire time, the dwarves. So he's clearly the brother that's just out of 10 all the time.
All the energy migrated to him.
That's exactly.
When he's tightening it, I'm just gonna go up to him and be like, "Not too tight. We might have use for this." Oh.
You just see them. One of the guys go like, "Sir, are you sure about this?" Just like, "Yep. This is what happens. This is what we deserve at this point. This is gonna be a release. Think about it, man. Not another word from Jamison for the rest of the afterlife." "Sir, you wound me. I'm not that bad." You hear the rest of the regiment. Oh. "You're gonna miss me when we're dead." You see them all again, just like, "Jamison, shut the fuck up, please. I have a family. Well, probably they'll miss you." Fucking shit, Jamison!
Oh, Jamison.
Do you guys want to ask?
I'm just gonna say, you guys don't act like we're going to kill you immediately or anything like that. You have a chance to redeem yourself, so if you wish, maybe you could enter our services after a certain time.
You see a couple of them being like, are we talking slaves, or are we talking something else?
Of course.
Well, I guess that depends. How have you kept our town for us?
Well, we may need some slaves.
Oh. This sounds like a response for the captain, doesn't that? For you, Ben? Yeah, that'd be the captain. Jameson's like, woof! And you see him just like, Jameson, shut.
I'm gonna go over to Ari and be like, really quietly.
I don't know how I feel about, taking slaves.
We're not gonna actually take them as slaves. We're just we're just spooking them a little bit.
Oh, okay. All right.
Look over
It's really
they look pretty spooked.
I think it's working.
we're giving them a little scare, and we just need to assess how much damage they actually did before we can decide their fates.
Oh. All right, good.
Well, the city ran out of resources when the North started cutting off all our trade routes, so we did the best we could. We've been here for nearly 2 years. Not sure what better circumstances we could have had here. And in the recent days, the snowfall got bad, and it was a sort of to each their own. You hear Jamison, "What about the prisoners, sir?" Right. You see him flinch and he can't move, but his entire body language does a going to strangle Jamison. He's just like, right. Well, we did take a few prisoners when we came here. Just the leadership that was once in charge, and they're in the cells and probably still alive. So
Where are the cells?
that would be underneath the barracks, as he points towards one of the buildings inside this area. Inside this, the castle itself
So-
is gated off.
Yeah, Mosno, go fetch them, please.
On it.
All right,
I'll go do
Mazzo goes off. Would have been bad to forget about the prisoners, sir. He's just shaking his head. It's like, seeing that we're not in charge anymore and all that. Just like, it is kind of embarrassing, sir.
God.
He used to be the one dishing out all the orders, and now it's these random strangers that showed up and just told us they killed Escott. I mean, we don't know that's the truth. He's
I'm
like,
gonna
"Shut the
pull
fuck
out.
up!"
I'm gonna pull out my bow, Kagayumi,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna find like the smallest target I can find that's within their vision line.
Okay.
That's like a good distance away,
Sure.
and I'm just gonna nail it.
Sure. Go ahead and give me an attack roll.
35.
Natural one.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna be a 29.
Oh,
With precision, halfway across the courtyard, you're able to see one of the signs they had up for their like makeshift mess hall, and you just
And it's like the eye that's dotted on it.
that's exactly where I was going, and you just stick it right in the eye. And you see,
First of all, they see me pull out a black bow, no arrow, create an arrow of force energy, and then nail this sign.
you hear a bunch of like oh from that, and then you hear
And then the person who has started to doubt us, I'm just gonna like crouch down in front of him, and I'm like, "How do you believe us?"
it's like, that does look like some crazy magic like we saw Escott use. And you hear from behind, "Why is everyone gasping? I can't see. What happened?" Because they're tied in a circle, so half of them didn't see the shot. Someone tell me what's going on. I just have the pretty lady looking at me all scary like.
Is he talking
Thank
about
you,
earlier?
somebody. Oh my goodness.
He made an impressive shot. Oh! Spooky! Spooky? Spooky? This is our punishment.
I want to go
Yeah.
behind the guy that Ares crouching in front of,
Yep.
and I want to put my hand on his shoulders and cast Modify Memory and say, "But you do know that we killed Escott." And I want to
what's the resistance saving throws?
some
An 18?
courier into his mind.
There
with
is.
18.
What is it?
18. Wisdom.
17. He's almost saved. So you see him
Ooh.
resisting, and then his mind goes soft for you. And is it modify memory? Are you like putting in murdering
Yeah, so I
Scott?
can just put in a memory.
A
Basically, I
vivid
wanted-
memory of us attacking Scott.
yeah, and killing Escott. Like he believes it wholeheartedly that he was there and he saw us kill
Yeah.
Escott.
As that happens, you see him. Oh my! They're monsters, sir. Oh my God, Captain, we're going to die. As you see him looking him in the eye, and you see him like look up to you like, what did you do to him? He's like, Captain, we're gonna die. As he starts freaking out, and you say, oh no, he's having an episode. And you see them like, no, you have episodes, Jameson. We don't have episodes. As they're all, no, they're just trying to get a hold of him as he's freaking out. It's like, just like, calm down. These kobolds are having a bad time.
Well, they have Jameson, so yeah.
Maz,
We should just leave them with Jameson.
Yes.
you go down into the castle itself. It's very bare. It looks like there is tons of I would say, almost like the ceiling's been caved in and all the outside forest stuff has entered inside the castle. Most of it is not cleaned up well at all. You go down a couple flights of the barracks, and you find a couple of cells. Inside the cells, you only see 2 prisoners inside there.
2?
Yeah.
All right.
What do you do?
I'm gonna try to get their attention.
There's,
You there?
there's 1 female, 1 male. They seem very, very thin, sickly, and they sort of turn and they don't even have enough to talk right now.
But they both heard me and are alive.
It looks like that. You can give me a medicine check
Okay.
to see if that's true.
Natural 1.
Oh fuck.
It's hard to say.
I don't know. That's what you get.
All right. I'm gonna try to open the gate.
They are locked. There's no key in sight.
Can I try to bash the gate open with my axe?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Go ahead and make it.
Right on the lock. Cut.
Yeah. Go
Precision.
ahead. Go for it.
Excellent.
Make a roll.
Excellent. Can I attack recklessly against a gate?
Yeah.
If you want.
Let's see why
Yes, I will do that.
Beware, the gate slaps back.
All right, so
And the
that
gate's a
is-
mimic. Gotcha.
Oh no! Okay, so that is a 22.
You don't need to roll damage because it smashes off with precision as you crush that through, and the first gate opens with the man inside the cell. He's laying down on some straw. There's no bed.
Are they in different cells?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But they're next to each other, and they were both leaning against each other's sails. It looks like trying to get heat from one another, but the metal
Okay.
bars were blocking them.
I will open the door
Yep.
and go to the man and try to give him some water. I'll kneel down and be like, "Here, water."
He drinks
Out of a
some of it, and his voice is very soft. He seems extremely weak and barely alive. And you see him just go, "Thank you."
What?
Thank you.
Of course.
He seems to have everything shaved off. His hair is gone. Any facial hair that you could tell there was. It has that little bit of that line that there was, but everything that was on him seems to be shaved off.
And then I'll put some rations in his hands, and I'll be right back. And I'll go over to the other cell and do the same thing.
Make an attack roll, please.
Yes, recklessly. And that is a 15.
Not as smooth. This one, you actually basically ripped the whole fucking door off with your axe. It just comes off the hinges and the whole thing. So as it snaps into the door, and you just feel the pegs that are inside it, you hear this awful scraping and this whine as you're bending the metal with your strength, and you rip the door off, creating this torque and leverage with your axe, and the door flips over into the area as there's little bits of light coming through because you're below ground, but there's little bits of those light rays inside here, and you can see your breath as it's coming out with these individuals in here. And you can see the woman is hardly moving as well. It looks like these people don't even have energy to function to move.
I'm curious if everyone else can just hear all this banging and screeching and awfulness that's happening.
Make a perception check for everybody else as you guys are listening to all this.
Just all these noises.
20.
21.
I'd say you guys are hearing some thunks. It's pretty far off. You're hearing little bits here and there. Some of the soldiers are looking around and they look to you guys and they're like, he's probably fine.
Ulazal, do you think you should probably go help them out, just make sure they're all right.
Certainly. Yeah, you all have everything here under control. How about you two, brother and sister, with me? Morgan and his sister go with Ulazal down to find
The two calm ones?
Yes. Well, no, those are the dwarfs are different.
Oh, the other ones. Okay, yeah.
Morgan and
Spread
Darcy. They're or the cousins. The two cousins.
Oh, the cousins.
Yep. They walk with him, and they have very modest. Everything's white. They don't have like the plate armor with them, but they have all the white robes of Tyr as they follow Ulazal, very much more reserved. As they find you down, are on their way down, but you have a couple minutes because from the ripping off the door.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Give her some water, put some food in her hand, and then I'm gonna carry her to the other cell and put them next to each other.
Okay.
So I have them all in one spot.
You do. You can see them shivering at the moment, but they're.
Oh, I'm gonna take my cloak off and put it on my big fur fucking cloak cape thing and just put it around.
Okay. As you put it around them, you can see their shivering start to subside, and Maz, now as the cloak is around them, you can see them start to have a little color back to their face, and where they're both leaning next to each other, you can make out the faint look of this like ethereal wolf nestled behind their necks, like they're leaning on a pillow almost of a wolf that's watching over them.
Oh, that's cool. All right. And I'll just like keep giving them water and food as they need it.
Yep. You should eat some more, as they're just like they're like instantly falling asleep at this point as Ulazal and the Knights of Tyr show up, and you see him. Oh my goodness. And he goes to healing them. He's going to cast healing words and greater restorations to start restoring them to their selves.
Probably just restorations, because he probably doesn't have the component to do a greater restoration right now.
Sure.
Because we lost all our diamond dust.
And just restoration spells on them, whatever he's capable of, as they heal. So back to the courtyard. What are the rest of you doing?
The guy that's freaking out, I want to try to just calm him down.
Okay.
Let's just say, don't worry, Escott, he was the monster. He defied the Raven Queen. He decided the natural order of life and death. You do not want to side with that, do you?
No.
You look for the sweet embrace of the Raven Queen when you one day meet your fate.
Yes.
That day is not today.
Oh. He's just crying now. Tears of like just he was stressed, and he's just on emotion overload right now, which is normally Jamison's job.
And I'm gonna say, if you ask her for repentance, perhaps she will forgive you for following such a wretched person.
Yes. You hear that, everybody? Raven Queen.
All of you, yes.
And you see all of them like, I mean, sure, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Jamison's like, I actually believe in the buffalo.
Yes.
And you see them. You see the rest. You see the captain go like, I think I want death. I think I want it right now. I think I pray to the Raven Queen right now that she takes Jamison or me, just so I don't have to hear another one of his sermons about the buffalo poop god.
Jameson, right? I'm gonna walk over to him.
Yes, sir!
You believe in the buffalo?
He's oddly shaped, let me tell you. This is a like string bean looking, very long face, like very long chiseled chin, big round head, sparse hair up there, very pale skin. His teeth are all out of whack. He's got these bright blue, exciting eyes. This dude is just happy to be here.
Jameson, I'm gonna like grab the nape of his collar and like lift him up so he's standing.
Ah!
I'm gonna move him
Ah!
over to the captain and sit him down next to the captain.
Captain! I never thought I'd see you again.
Jameson, I want you to do me a favor.
Yes.
Because you are my prisoner and you're gonna do what I say.
I'm the best type of prisoner.
I want you to tell me and regale myself and your captain all about the buffalo.
The buffalo? Are you a follower of the buffalo as well?
No, but I think your captain wishes to be.
You see the captain,
and I'm gonna just look at him and stare daggers.
You see him like, oh, this is worse than death. you see, he's clearly looking for something to kill himself with right now, and he's coming up short.
I'm gonna pat him on the shoulder, and I'm gonna be like, "This is your torture," and I'm gonna walk.
No, as you're there, he leans in close. He's like, "Just get it over with. Just cut my throat. Just cut my throat. I don't think I deserve this. This is not. I just followed orders, please."
I'm just gonna stand up and
So
make
the
my way
first
back
buffalo
to the
turd that hit the universe. Some call it a meteorite, but we know better. It was the dung of our
After
Lord.
listening to this for like 20 seconds, I'm just gonna cast sleep on him. Or something just to make sure he goes asleep.
You see Arwen. Oh, thank God. He doesn't say anything. You see a bunch of the other soldiers as well, just being like, "Oh man, I don't know if I could have got through that." So the two of them fall asleep.
That's beautiful.
You see the captain just goes like head down as Jameson just like, oh, face open, head backwards, drool instantly forms. And you see the other soldiers, you start hearing them as they're seeing this, the ones that are on the right side of the circle, are like, oh man, dude. Trevor, I'm sorry. You said he looked like that and I didn't believe you. That is, he's just like, it's just terrifying, man. It's 2 in the morning and you see that. And normally, he's doing it. Just like, fuck.
Oh, jeez.
Just like, yeah, man. We owe you a lot of apologies. He's like, I just water under the bridge if we get through this.
Oh my God.
You see one of the soldiers looks to you just like, so you guys killed Escott?
Yep.
What was that like?
It was like, you know that first bite when you have like a freshly baked muffin?
Sure.
Or slice of cake where it's nice and warm and all the insides are creamy and amazing and it's just a delectable sensation.
You see he's losing you on this right now, but he's nodding. You see his face like worried.
It's kind of like that.
Right then.
The world is a much better place without him in it.
You just have to experience that like 5 times.
Oh.
Yeah.
You killed him 5 times?
Yeah, he was a tricky little bastard.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take.
You see them just looking over. It's like, I thought people only get one life. And
yeah, most do.
You see them looking pretty paranoid. Their eyes are looking around. They're like, you know, Jameson was talking about like more than one life through the poop god. You see them starting to get real panicky and squirmy, like, there's no way. He's like, no, No fucking way. You see him looking like, well, where's the Raven Queen girl? Where's she? As like you're trying to find where you've walked off to at this point. You're like, the Buffalo God thing isn't real, right?
No, of course not.
Oh fuck! You feel like it's just relief, absolute relief. As one story lined up, and then you guys said, "Oh, and it was whoa! Oh, it was going wrong real quick." Oh, okay, good. All right, I'm sold on the Raven Queen. I don't even care if he lied to me.
So my plan is really just to wait around until we got some of the townspeople together.
They do come back at this point. What's his name? Arwen left. He leaves once once all these soldiers are well under your control. He stuck around for a little bit just to make sure, and then took off to go get Dillion. Returning, at the same time as Dillion and Pinna, with the two individuals that are coming out with Mosnell holding them
Yes.
up, both of them, as they have their arms around him. And actually, I'd probably say Mosnell's probably doing it, but Ulazal is also aiding to stable them on another side as well. And the Knights of Tyr are aiding these people to be able to walk. They can't stand on their own. As the people are walking in, you can see this very young man. He must be 20 years old, short-cut hair. He has patchwork of some facial hair, but most of it hasn't grown in the right places. It looks awful, thin as can be, and he has some very modest, like, maroon robes on. And he just rushes past all of you and the soldiers towards Mosnell and Ulazal, and he goes to embrace the individual, and as he hugs the female first, you see tears coming down his face, and you hear them like, "Ugh," and Ulazal's like, "Careful, they're still weak," and he's just like, "You're still alive," and you see the other one look to him. He's just like, "It's good to see you too, Dillion. I promised you I'd see it through," and he's just crying baby tears right now. You guys are able to regroup as all the soldiers are still tied up. The northern soldiers have them all in order. The monk Goliath is now looking through them all and doing his, like, as he sits down, he goes crisscross applesauce for them, and he just like, "I think we all should take a moment of meditation. I would like you to think deeply upon nothing at the moment. See where your mind wanders to and think about, maybe, why you shouldn't have joined the Cobalt Alliance. Let's start there." As the rest of you guys are together, and you see Pinna just wide-eyed, half-smirk like, "We could have used you lot days ago, weeks ago, months ago, seasons ago. This is, wow. What are your names? Who are you? Where do you breathe? Like who birthed you?"
My name's Ari. We are the Chosen.
Right, you said that name before. Like, I'm not supposed to know what it means. I should know.
I mean, the biggest... let's see. We are close friends to the King in the North.
Right, right, yes.
We helped personally kill Escott Grandier and end the war.
Wow, that's amazing.
I guess.
Yeah.
So we're kind of the new caretakers, leaders for the town. It was kind of delegated to us to help try and rebuild things.
She looks over to Dillion, and Dillion's like, that's good. And you can see the two that are now sitting because they're too weak to stand at this point. Dillion looks, he's like, that's wonderful news. I am scroll down for the last name because I remember the first name, but not the last. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's amazing. I am Dillion Knott, and you have my eternal gratitude and eternal service for saving my parents. This is Trenton and Jamie," as he points to his parents on the ground. I ran everything while my parents, in their absence, they used to be the ones that answered directly to our chieftain, who is no longer with us. That's probably why Brian sent you here. Our leader had his head sent to Nature's Hold as a message of Cobalt's territory. He was one of a few casualties we suffered, but for the most part, we've just been occupied, and it's been hard on us, and the resources have been difficult. But thankfully, no cruelties, as I've heard. They threatened with many cruelties, but never came through on them. So
just out of to get an idea of what you've gone through, if we could just sit down and kind of go over everything. I do specifically, I would like to know what this group, pointing to the prisoners, what they may have been responsible for, and what else.
You see Pinna, she's like, "Meeting, sounds like a meeting. It's a meeting. Let's go inside. We can use the hall. The hall's ours again. They got a great fireplace. I can light the fire. Let's light the fire. Beacon is lit."
You go do that. And then I'm just gonna, were there other people that had kind of come with them?
It's just them two right now, actually. No.
Them two.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to some of the Knights of Tyr.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna be like, could you go inside and start to take stock of the resources and kind of get an idea of the inventory?
Certainly. And you see the other two being like, "Yep." And they go off, and you're talking inside the castle. So the castle itself has...
Yeah. Start to, like, kind of get in a picture of what's going on.
Where's Discord, baby? There you are. Minimize this map. Generally speaking, it's not one-to-one because I'm using this, and I might do more maps with it, but generally speaking, that is the layout of your castle, as I just put in the maps. Generally speaking, you guys are basically, there's a courtyard where everyone's out stationed right now, where all the horses and would be for the stable. And before you actually get into the castle of sorts, there is a courtyard inside the castle. Ignore any of the labels on this map or anything special like that. It's just more layout, just so you guys can get a general idea. And the back rock area has more like the bigger map, as you saw, of the castle, how there's like a tower in one area, and there's that circular temple-looking area in another, and a bunch of rocks laid out in the courtyard, and some towers. That is more the sense of it than that map. But just to give you guys general ideas.
I'm gonna turn to the group of the Cobalt Wolves, or the ex-Cobalt Wolves now. Who have you managed resources?
That was all on the captain. He decided what everybody got.
Do you know where things were kept?
Well, as he motions with his face, we were actually taking stock of most of it right there. The rest of it, really, the castle itself was giving us the spooks, so we were figuring out whether we were cutting tail or what. We were waiting for a message. We sent multiple messages to our Cobalt outpost and never got a response. So we were just sort of dead in the water out here.
I'm gonna relay that to the two Knights of Tyr, just to like guide them.
Sure, and they'll go look throughout the castle to see if there's anything else they might be able to dig up. The supplies in front of you is sparse. There's barely anything here. You can see just like a couple barrels of apples, some salted meats, whatever corn stalks they could get before the frost hit. This town is clearly in desperate need of resources before winter hits.
Yeah. I am just gonna go to. I mean, just as kind of like a general sense, I think just like going, maybe pooling a bit of resources from our group coffers to kind of add into the city and try to like kind of start coordinating stuff.
Okay, we can get to that. We can get to a big
Yeah.
overview. I'm definitely going to gear up for that in a moment, where you guys can really start getting into the city and all that. But what is there any more role playing you want to do with Pinna? Do you want to talk with all of them and Dillian and his family? What are you feeling right now?
I was gonna give them a little moment to like do their thing.
Yeah.
Let them kind of reconnect, have a moment together.
Yeah. So they went inside, and by the warmth of the fire, what you guys can, it's like you follow in there, there's this beautiful receiving hall, and there's fireplaces all down the side of it as you come into like the foyer, and all of them have these beautiful like spiritual looking statues of like the wolves, the bears, the stags inside here. So all these different animals you see native to this area. As you have the fireplaces all beside them, they have their own area in which they're talking, and pardon me, there's like a whole all this ripped up and shitty furniture, and you can see Pinna trying to she's using little cantrips right now to clean everything off as best she can, but you see it's like there's only so much that can be done with this mess. After they have their time to reconnect, you can see smiles and some jokes and tears are exchanged between the three of them, but they seem approachable.
How many are in this town?
Maybe 1,000 or 2,000 people most.
Pretty sizable. Is there a port? Do we have any connection to the sea at the moment?
No. See, the map itself doesn't. I didn't put the forest around it as well in that map. I changed that, and the coast is probably like half a day. It's like 6 to 12 hours away from you.
Okay,
so you're
it's a
inland
bit of
enough, but
bit of a walk.
No, but we any port we have is normally skipped for Yin Yang. That was normally the major port on this side, or Pinman.
All right. Well, I mean, in terms of actual duties, I don't think much is really gonna be too different from what hopefully you were used to. We are a bit of a in and out group. We will come and go. We'll have people here to help out, and we can make some decisions, but we aren't really micromanagers and knowledgeable about running a city.
You can see a little relief, and you see Pinna just like as she claps her hands to hear something like that. You see Dillian being like, "That's good to hear. My parents managed mainly all of this of Jingzhuo when our chieftain was in rule. He was normally more focused on defenses and making sure we had resources, constantly on the hunt. So we really did the day-to-day, and then I took over when they were held as prisoners by the Cobalt Wolves. So I'd be happy to help you out." And his father's like, I would love to retire. And Pinna looks to you guys and like, and I can help. I can help with lots of things. This is terrific.
Like what? What can you do, Pinna? You seem an interesting lass.
I am one of the most interesting people you will ever meet. As she smiles, and she goes, "I make potions." As she brings out a potion, and as it comes out, it's completely empty. She's like, and she takes out another one. I'm a sort of an alchemist startup of myself, and if you need stuff, I could probably make it for you. Just give me enough time and resources. I can make lots of awesome concoctions, and I do my best, like trying to help people out. But they normally want the same old dumb, like love potions or stuff to icky things. But like there are lots of really cool things they don't try, like maybe flying. But nobody wants to fly. No one actually asks me, "Hey, Pinna, do you want a potion to make you fly?" They're like, "No, I want want to, I do lots of things. You see her come back as soon as she was going down her tangent. But yeah, I'm not a crazy powerful wizard. Like I don't shoot fire from my hands, but I certainly have, enough to support the town for all this time. My mom taught me when I was real young, and I'm like the best wizard in all this place, probably before you showed up.
Well, if you wish to learn more, you seem nice enough. You can come and talk to me.
Yeah, yes, I will. Thank you. As she leans down and then has to readjust her hat, and she's just like, "What are your names again, Ari?" And because you guys still haven't introduced yourself to everybody.
No.
And you see Ulzal. I am Ulzal Oto, and you see I'm Belfina. And she's like, "Nice to meet you.
Bologna.
Nice to meet you."
I am Ralia Coldshire of the House Coldshire from Clovis.
I've never heard of it, but I'll never forget it. Once you say it, it's locked in here. I have one of those photographic memories, except there's no photographs in this world, so one of those... What would that
Perfect
be?
recall.
Yeah. Perfect memories.
Perfect recall, yeah.
Yeah.
Mazdal.
Mosnell. You see, I go Mosnell.
Yeah.
Ha, yeah, you look like Mosnell.
Yeah.
Oh, terrific. This is terrific. Terrific. You're all terrific. This is great. Isn't this great, Dillian? Yes, it's great, Benna. It's great.
Ooh.
Well, so if you want like a status update, entire town is really down and out on everything. So, and you see Ul's all like, I could easily help them. I can start making food for everybody in the meantime until we can get some resources. We can send a message back to Nature's Hold and see what they can send us in relief.
Well, if there is something we need instantly, we can go now. I don't see why not.
That's very true.
How many times can you do that?
For one day, probably just twice.
Oh, but that's still good.
Yeah.
I mean, between you and Ulazal, we can instantly be between Waterdeep and Nature's Hold to collect resources in a day.
That's awesome. What else? A lot of the infrastructure looking rough here, but if you guys get food and water, we can worry about just getting through the winter that's coming up, and that'll be really nice. And then I'm sure a lot of the talented people here would love to help you out for being, not letting us fucking starve to death during the winter. That'd be great.
Are there farms?
There is one farm. It's really, really big. Shut up.
How is it fared during the occupation?
Terrible. She's smiling.
You're a chipper one, aren't you?
Yes, someone's got to be.
I like that.
Thank you. For 2 months, we didn't see the sun, but I didn't stop smiling. You see, Dillian, it's honestly a talent.
Well, we'll need that in the coming days, months for getting this city back on its feet.
You've got it, Mosnell.
I don't mind going down to the farm, seeing what I can do to help down there, get things back in order.
I guaranteed old Farmer Grant is going to love seeing you. Probably digging big holes in the ground or whatever they do.
Farmer Grant, you said?
Yeah.
All right.
He's it's really nice. Once you you can see her looking off, the smile fading. Suddenly Pinna lost for words.
Yeah. Well, you guys can go ahead to get supplies. If you don't need me, I can just help out with the farm so we can start growing our own food here.
Okay. Is there anything else you guys want to do before I start hitting you with stuff?
I don't have anything.
Good for now until we're
Good.
recovering.
I'd also say, as you guys explore around the castle a bit, you get to take in your surroundings. The castle itself. So let me see. I have my notes around here.
Yeah, a lot of what I'm probably gonna do is kind of falling back on my old routine of trying to scope out the city and get an idea of how the layout and all the different routes around.
The bottom floor has 21 rooms. The top floor has 15 rooms. You guys can do whatever the hell you want with all of them. There's one partial tower. There's no money left inside the entirety of the tower as you guys look around. The Cobalt weapons and swords are confiscated by you guys and all their armors, so you can distribute that to the town however you wish. You guys do find in the back there's an old, like, ruined temple that you guys have access to. That's where that, like, rock is in the background, but it's not a rock. Ignore it. This is what the temple looks like, but it's all beat to shit and old. So you also have that area, and Ulazal's like, oh.
Is it for a specific god?
Well, it actually, Ulazal's able to be like, this is very much like a generic worship. This is something that people more prayed toward.
Just a holy
spirits.
place.
Yeah, it was like for
holy
good
place.
crops, for the sun to come out. But you do see bits of like symbols for some of the stuff like Kratula, Zahir, Corlin. You can see some of those things around here, some of their influences. No giant statues sit here. It's definitely like one of these quiet places of spirituality.
Nice.
That was implanted inside. With that, you guys unlock a new mechanic in the game.
Whoa, mechanic.
You now have access. Let's see. It's probably not gonna. I'll drop this in right, and you're probably not. It's gonna be too big. Oh, nice. As it's uploading, you now have access to strongholds and followers.
Whoa.
This book, Strongholds and Followers.
There
What
you
you
go.
have right now, you guys can read through more of it as time goes on, but your strongholds actually do a lot for you, and they give you bonuses and abilities.
Whoa.
So the stronghold you guys have right now is a temple fortress, I believe, is what you have. So what that means right now, or temple keep, let me see what I wrote. That's the wrong one. That's the book I'm writing. Zenya Campaign 1. You guys have a, temple keep. So, I probably should have just sent you the example keep. That would have been a fine picture for it. Where are the bonuses? Favors, results. So there's a lot. So you can upgrade your castles. The castles give you your strongholds. They give you followers and effects and abilities. All these things are a part of the bonus on here. I wrote them down, but I don't see them in my notes. So here we go. Here we go. I got it. So as long as you're within your domain, I think he calls it something different, but I'll just call it domain. So it's basically a mile radius of your stronghold. You gain these benefits. So let's see. You have the temple, and you have that. So that would be here. So let's do the temple first, I believe. Stronghold actions. So On initiative count 20, losing initiative ties, the cleric can take a stronghold action to cause one of the following effects. The cleric must be in the same hex or province as their stronghold and can't use the same effect until a short or long rest. All enemies within 30 feet of you must succeed a Constitution saving throw or suffer the effects of a contagion spell. Or shafts of golden light stab down from the sky, penetrating walls and ceilings. The beams target all undead, demons, and devils within 60 feet of you, even those hidden or invisible. Targets must succeed a wisdom saving throw or be annihilated. Or you and all allies in the stronghold recover all hit dice and gain 30 temporary hit points. The effects this have is folks that live in the cleric's domain are immune to disease. The clerics can hear the prayers of those living in their domain who are in concordance with their cleric's deity. While the cleric is hale, the weather is while the cleric is hale, I don't know what that means, so that's definitely writing, literature, what do they call it, prose. The weather in their domain is fair. If the cleric is wounded or suffering, the weather turns foul. For this effect to happen, the cleric merely has to be on the same plane as their domain. That is, I'm pretty sure we upgrade those effects, but those are the general effects that you can get through them. I'll hammer out all the details with you as that goes. And each of you, because you're in your domain, all have your own specific effects. So I won't go through all of them right now, but those are the general ideas of that. You have some massive effects you can use on initiative count 20 while you're within your domain. And you can build them. And there are people within the town that you meet that can upgrade and build your castle as well as a thanks for what you're doing for all of them. These all cost money and time. Money probably won't be the issue for you. It's just going to cause a lot of time to be building these things. As you guys transport back and forth, I'm going to give you the rest of your rewards. When you go back to Nature's Hold and the group comes back to Jingzhuo, you were given, as you met with whoever was at Nature's Hold, and all three nations, as a thank you for what you served and what you did for the Lin Ryu, for the Northern Alliance, the Northerners, and Waterdeep and the Southerners. Each of those nations sent the Chosen 100,000 gold pieces. So you guys have 300,000 gold pieces. And then you guys got an additional 5,000 platinum pieces from Brine. From her personal vault.
What the heck?
A small loan of $1 million. Got it.
Yeah.
5,000 platinum, 100,000 gold.
300,000.
It's 300,000 because there's three nations that you united.
Oh, each?
So not per person, but total. So it's a total of
this is like
350,000 gold
350,000.
pieces. Your reward for beating the Cobalt Alliance is
Easy.
350,000 gold pieces. You have new guards. The Knights of Tyr and the Northern Soldiers now are inside your kingdom and your followers. They will do as you say, as you ask, and even complete missions for you if you ask them to. You'll make rolls for them, and they'll go out and do stuff in the world. None of them can get higher than 7th level. That's just part of the mechanics of strongholds and followers.
Fine, they can do our grunt work.
You guys have gained domain and your domain's benefit / actions, so you get benefits and actions like I read, similar to the clerical ones. You have a whole bunch of NPCs now available to you inside this town that will be willing to help you craft items. They'll be willing to potentially fulfill requests, maybe in exchange for stuff, and they'd be willing to help you upgrade your keep and temple, depending on what you would like made, or even build you guys different structures. The rest of the stuff is gonna come with more role playing and stuff we'll do with you guys as time goes on. But that is the general rewards for everything now. You guys have a shit ton of money, a town, and a lot of resources and people at your hand, as you are now the leaders of Jingzhuo, and you can choose to name this castle whatever you want.
Zenya.
So if we divide it 3 ways, everyone gets 58,333 gold.
I think we should put like 60% of the gold and platinum into the town.
That's fine. with
Yeah,
me.
if you also look at your upgrades too, so you can see how much that stuff upgrades in the PDF I showed you, and you can see how that
PDF?
starts. Yeah, I sent that in the resources. I sent you guys all a PDF of strongholds and followers. So
It
you,
is taking some time to load in.
oh, is it
I
still
don't see it
sending?
yet.
Oh yeah, it's still sending. This is,
Mhm.
yeah.
So we can deal with that later.
It's almost 100 megabytes. So for a PDF,
Oh yeah.
it's gonna take a little time.
Wow, that's massive.
Yeah, so we can just put in the money that we have, or just remember how much everyone. Let's just not worry about it. Fine.
So some of the things is like stronghold construction. You guys, I want you to look over this. Well, like in the next week or two, just take a glance at some of the stuff inside the book for the strongholds. You literally level up your strongholds to a certain level. So the cost to upgrade stuff, like for example, a keep from 1st to 2nd level would be 5,000. 2nd to 3rd level is 10,000 gold pieces. 3rd to 4th is 15,000. 4th to 5th is 20,000. But it also takes time. So we also roll the increase of the size, and the time can be, I think it's like time upgrade. Here we go, 50 to 100 to 150 to 200 days as it goes up to upgrade the castle. So you might be able to like, I want level 4 immediately. You can't do that. You got to do level 1 to 2 first, and that's going to take 50 days.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things that are going to happen in the first couple of days, though, of you guys ruling inside your new stronghold. So we're not going to time skip ahead. Just be like, what do you guys want to do for the next 8 months? But also,
I mean, we may not choose to even stay here for the full time.
Yes. I know you guys have quests you want to go on, so that's definitely on the board. We'll pick up with that. Probably next section we'll do the Waterdeep crew, and then we'll probably bounce back to the Chosen, so you guys have like some time to think about what you want to do with the Chosen. I know some of you've already messaged me, and there are definitely things already available inside here that you'll be able to fulfill and see if that's what you want to do. But you have your town, you have your people, and your quests that are upcoming. Is there anything else? Any questions? Anything you guys want to ask about role play before we wrap up for tonight?
No.
Well, I think Ralia would just begin what she wanted to do pretty much immediately. So
Sure.
she's going to ask Mosnal and Bologna to help her find a cave system, probably to the north,
Sure.
Okay.
as close as we can find it.
I would say
Cave system.
you can pretty easily find a cave system to the north because of just how jagged the coast is as it goes up. So you're not even outside Jingzhuo, but it's probably just inside the forest north of it, past some of the holes in the wall. Inspecting the town, you do notice there's tons of holes inside the walls that clearly need to be repaired. It's not completely insulated. Jingzhuo, as you can see on the map too, like one area you can literally walk right in on the really like porous side. But yeah.
I made a survival check.
Oh, what was it?
It's a whopping 51.
Oh my god.
Bologna
Found the
like,
best cave system possible.
like a mole finds it. She does some tough smashing the earth senses, figuring out exactly where, how wide. And when you do this, you're like feeling this like influence of Mugdis on you, this like power of through the hunt as you just like, and as you envision it, you can see these animals tunneling and burrowing between the ground, running away from some animal trying to eat them, and their safety is like gained. You're like, I know where they think they're safe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No
easy
one's
enough.
safe for me.
You can definitely find those caves and start doing what you talked to me about. Cool
Sounds
beans.
good.
Well, we will pick back up with them. We'll do another session next week, and that's great. Thank you, everybody, for playing. Just a nice,
Hell
Alone is an earthbender
yeah.
now.
easy.
Confirmed.
What's that?
Alone is an earthbender now. It's confirmed.
Well, I mean, you can always multi-class into monk stuff.